ProHealth. We're your primary care team.
Learn more at
Ed Jertson, founder of the Engage Wealth Group in Chicago, says you can avoid that strife by having a stress-free conversation with your partner ahead of time.
What you prioritize and how you're going to handle money going forward as a collective unit.
I'm Rob Hart.
At Audion Hearing, our mission is simple: to make better hearing affordable for everyone. This Black Friday, enjoy exclusive savings on our high-quality rechargeable hearing aids. Clear, comfortable, and ready to use right out of the box. And here's a study worth hearing. Research shows that wearing hearing aids can reduce your risk of dementia by up to 61%. Join over 1 million happy customers and shop Black Friday deals before they're gone at audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
Hennion and Walsh was made for people like you. People who value speaking to the right people at the right time. That's why we answer the phone ourselves, to understand you and help you invest for the life you want, because you've earned it. We're Hennion and Walsh, and a human connection. Get a second opinion. Call 800-279-5279 or find us online. Investing involves risk, including the possible loss of principal. Advisory services provided by Hennion & Walsh Asset Management. Securities offered by Hennion & Walsh Inc. Member FINRA SIPC.
You could think you found your dream home online. The kitchen island looks perfect for your inner chef. The backyard, a paradise for your green thumb. And that extra room, hello walk-in closet. But here's the twist. The lot next door just got rezoned for years of construction. And this sound, yeah, you're going to be hearing a lot of that. Don't let your dream home turn into a nightmare. Work with the expertise and ethical training of a Realtor, here to guide and help protect you from the surprises you didn't see coming. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors, right by you.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest, the last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying, just beautiful.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay. Things people love.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Cunahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions and bring you a special Black Friday offer.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/deal. And now, as a special Black Friday offer, you can get a free gutter inspection, plus up to 35% off. This is our best offer of the season. Unlock it now at leaffilter.com/deal. See representative for warranty details.
Hey, shh, calm down. The show is about to start. Reese on the Radio. Turn it up. Turn it up low. Turn it up loud.
It's like a dream come true.
Turn on your radio. Reese is on the radio.
Yo, let's get it.
Due to the nature of this program, discretion does not exist. It's Reese on the Radio. Right now on WTIC News Talk 1080.
Hey, what's up? We are ready to go. What's going on, scallywags, nutmeggers? Yes, and you haters. You know I love you. It's time for Reese on the Radio on WTIC News Talk 1080. I have to address the haters today. I do. And I just want to give a round of applause to every one of you who sent Reese on the Radio a message or a comment on Facebook or X about Gina Laurie's very long and extended interview yesterday on the program. And I appreciate her spending that much time here. In essence, she spent almost 2 hours. And I understand why she did. In my conversation with her, I'm paying attention to what she says and what she's talking about. And then I listen to you guys. You, every one of you, better be happy that Reese on the Radio never, ever gets mad at you. I love you. You're like brothers and sisters. I know that you're critiquing things and screaming and hollering about, what about this? What about that? I know why. I get it. I totally understand. But I do have to ask a question. If I may throw a question out there for you, and I want you to think, you are all critical thinkers. I would hope so. Many of you have your own, mission statement or your own point of view. You are stuck to that. You're in tunnel vision. I get it. But please, answer a question for me. But before you do, let me ask it to Roland. Roland, you know this show more than anything. I have a rule when it comes to the news media on this program. You've been here with me for now, I want to say about 3 years. You've been here with me a little more than a year regularly. If I have a rule when it comes to the news media, what do I tell people to do when it comes to them? What if you had to guess off the top of your head? What do you think I normally say about the regular news media? Do I tell them to
come on the show?
No. What did I say about the news media? I said, when you're watching the news, what do I tell everybody to do when it comes to the news media? Do I tell them to ignore it? Do I tell them to never, ever believe their lying eyes? Or do I tell them never trust them?
I'm going to go with C.
Yes, never trust them. And what is the biggest complaint that people call on this show about the news media? They talk about how much they lie, don't they?
Yeah.
Every day. I can't believe that CNN said this. I can't believe that MSNBC said that. I can't believe that CBS says. We hear it every day, right? That is like the number one complaint that people. And I tell people, stop worrying about the media lying to you. That's what they're going to do, right?
Is that Fox?
Yeah, Fox.
CNN, Fox.
Anybody. I tell them usually. I don't care who it is. In fact, I tell a lot of my liberal listeners, what are you listening to the news for? There ain't no news but here. Because those people are only reading headlines to you. You want to find out what's going on? You come here. They come here and tell me all the time, did you hear about such and such? You know I did. I heard before you did.
You know what's crazy?
Yes.
I've heard several times over the last year and a half or so where people called in and said, hey, Reese, you know about this story? And in my head, I'm like, nah, I don't think he knows about that one. And sure enough, you say, yeah, I know about that. And then you give an example because X, Y, and Z. And I'm like, dang, he knows about every freaking story that people call about.
Because, it is every waking day. I don't like curveballs. Can't hit them. So I'm always prepared. So I always tell people, and the reason why I follow the news media, I'll tell you, I'll dismiss a news story in a minute. I go, that's just filler. That's not a real news story. Oh, this one's interesting. This may have some weight. Wait for it. This one's going to gain ground. And it always does. I just know. Why? I have no idea. Kind of an idiot savant thing that I have. But I tell people, never trust the media. So now, thank you, Roland, by the way. Let me ask all of you a very simple question. How do you know about Gina Laurie? Where have you obtained the information about her businesses, her personally? Where have you heard from it? Where'd you get the information from? Where did your investment begin? Where was it? If you're all saying the news media, yes, ding, 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 you all get a hot dog. We'll have to check with legal. No, I'm kidding. My bottom line is that that's the only place you've gotten your information from. With the exception of outside folks like Mark Walsh from Mark of West Hartford, who has dug deep into this. My man Fulton, who's also on the prowl, making sure he's getting all the details. That man is giving me more information about Gina Lori than I could possibly want. People are emailing me every day. Don't forget about this. Don't forget about this. Don't forget about this. Now let me break this down to you so that you hear it loud and clear. The story began with Gina Lori getting all of these public funds, and it was believed that she was scamming the system. That's how she reached this very radio show. She had received hundreds of thousands of dollars, and she had squandered them with all of these issues that were going on with her businesses. And then when you start pulling back the layers of this onion, it turns out Gina Lori didn't start her business 2 years ago, 3 years ago. The woman's been in business for almost 10 years, starting in 2016. In fact, her problems began just 2 to 3 years ago. And yes, there is plenty. I'll go through them. Here's one, Contractors LLC versus Morton Zacharias. Her former, partner. Here's another one I got, Woodcock Refrigeration versus The Place to Be. New Valley Bank and Trust versus Place to Be Springfield. Blueback Capital Partners versus Place to Be Bakery. She's got plenty of trouble. People heard that interview yesterday. I got messages to me going, man, you let her off the hook. You just letting her slide because she pretty. Let me explain something to you. I don't care how attractive Gina may be or what you may think may be. I showed a picture of myself and Gina standing next to each other, and my wife said, I don't like the way her shoulder's touching your stomach. You better put that picture down. But on the other side of that, let me go one step further. Gina Lori's life is a train wreck right now. No offense, but Gina may be a nice person, but Reese on the Radio don't hustle backwards. There's nothing for me to do for her other than do my job, and that is to get information on what's going on in her life and why her story is just on front pages of newspapers and on television stations. To get to the bottom of it, to ask questions that matter to me. No offense, not to you. To me. And guess what, folks? Everything I do always ends up being far more interesting than when I first set out. That will happen later. But as it pertains to Gina Lori, she's got problems of her own making. She dropped the ball. She made it clear. She dropped the ball a lot. She has got way too much on her plate. And as I told her, and I know you heard me say, her team, I know Gina's listening. Gina, I know you defend them, but I got to say it to them. I hope they're listening. Gina, your team sucks. Your team sucks, in my view. Now, let me explain why. And by the way, if your team is listening and they get all, in their feelings, so what? Listen to me. If you have eyes on your boss, Gina Lori, right now, regardless of who she is, the fact that she may have made mistakes, the fact that she may be literally screwing this up, hand over fist, tripping over herself, because maybe she, for some odd reason, when things get crazy, she just ends up tripping over herself. Let me explain something to you. She's the face of the place to be. Your job as her team is to protect the brand. She's the brand. The fact that that woman is showing up on television screens and being hauled off the court is because her team has not put a protective bubble around her. They are not protecting the brand. That woman is supposed to be protected so that, one, all of you are protected. So paychecks always come through. Bonuses are always there. The business flourishes, you flourish. You all have an investment in that brand so that employees don't sit around and wonder if their check's going to clear. It's called the Statement Group. She defends you. She stood right here while I'm looking her in her face, looking at all the problems that are here, knowing everybody who was supposed to hold up their end didn't and left it to, in essence, the face to be doing the job, no offense, the minions are supposed to do. And when the crap hits the fan, who takes the L? She does, which she should. A good captain should go down with her ship. But I don't see anybody else jumping in. I don't see anybody else standing with her. I'm seeing the woman stand alone. Even if she's telling you to back up, she's got this. I tell the people who work with me, even though they don't collect a paycheck, God bless them, God bless them, God bless them. Protect the brand. Always protect the brand. That's their job. When I screw up, it's got to be my screw up. But when you screw up and it's on me, that's not a good look. That makes my team, that means the people who work for me, the people that I choose, can't take the job that I give them. If they're not protecting the brand, they're worthless. Sorry, just the way that it is. Now, if Gina Laurie wants to take those L's, hey, good on her. If she wants to protect the people who are around her because she doesn't think it's fair or thinks it's right, or better yet, if she is superseding her team and putting herself in harm's way, that's an L she's got to take. I tell you all the time, I don't want an assistant. Why? Because they get in my way. That could be my undoing. I've got to realize that when it gets too heavy and there's too much stuff and too much workload, if I don't delegate, if I don't give it to people to handle, I am going to sink with said ship. And it'll be my own undoing. And I got to take the L. But never, and I repeat, never trust the news media. You can't. Even in this case. You don't like her. You've decided that the news media is going to rip her to shreds, and you have decided to follow suit. Why? Has anybody asked the question why this and this story is as big as it is? I went over major names in Connecticut who have had businesses closed down for far worse than Gina Laurie. I went through all of them. And they barely got the attention she has. But I understand why. I understand why. Give me a minute. I'm going to explain it to you. The media is on a revenge tour. Not that she didn't, don't get me wrong. I don't want you to misunderstand. Not that any of the stuff that she's dealing with isn't real. That's real. Why is the media harping on something as pretty much infantile as this? Why? Because the news media felt slighted. What happens when the news media does a glowing account or a glowing piece or a fluff piece on a particular business in the beginning? They are putting their reputation behind said business. They in some way say, we were the ones who promoted. We were the ones who invested times. We were the ones who brought in the cameras. We were the ones that told everybody to go eat there. And then when it goes south, they are so concerned about their credibility, they go all in to destroy said reputation. Why? Because then they could say, well, yes, I know that we promoted them, but we're not that way now. We've distanced ourselves from her. So now we're going to go after her full throat. She's this, she's bad, she's horrible, she's this. That's exactly what's happening. Again, not ignoring any of these cases. She's got to deal with them, from the banks to the vendors to the real estate, whatever the case is. But a lot of people are asking, why are they paying so much attention to that? Even you guys were in the chat room going, damn, why are they spending so much time on this? This seems like a silly story. You're right. But trust me when I tell you, we are about to learn why. We'll get to that in a minute. Stick around. More news, more views than you can shake a stick at. It's Reese on the Radio.
Thanksgiving morning, it's a Thanksgiving tradition, the Manchester Road Race. And as always, WTIC News Talk 1080 will be live from the course. Brian Shackman will broadcast from Main Street all morning long. Then at 9:45, stay tuned as WTIC broadcasts the race live. Find out who wins as the racers cross the finish line. It's the perfect way to kick off your Thanksgiving holiday. The Manchester Road Race on WTIC News Talk 1080, sponsored by Highland Park Market. Nobody does it better.
Do you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS like Mark?
I've been doing home remodeling for 30 plus years, but the economy crashed. I wound up losing my home, losing my job, and on top of that, owing the IRS a ton of money. I owed the IRS $114,000. It really, truly was the worst part of my life.
Then Mark found tax relief advocates.
On News Radio, I heard about TRA, and I thought, what's the worst that could happen? So I picked up the phone and I called them. When it was all said and done, TRA settled my $114,000 debt for $100, and I'm telling you, I was ecstatic. Could not believe it. Would recommend TRA to anyone.
If you owe 10 or even hundreds of thousands of dollars to the IRS, don't lose hope. Do what Mark did and call TRA for a consultation.
But TRA did. They gave me a second chance, and I'm forever grateful.
Visit TRA.com or call 800-491-9914. 800-491-9914. That's 800-491-9914.
Hi, I'm Joe with SimpleSaleUSA.com, and I buy houses cash. If you own a house and want to sell it fast at a fair price, call me at 203-896-4000. I can pay cash and close in as little as 7 days. I buy houses in any condition, any price range, and more importantly, anywhere in Connecticut. I'm a private real estate investor who buys several houses a month, and I want to buy more. I buy inherited houses, divorce houses, behind in payment houses. I even buy my tenant won't pay me the rent houses. Do you own a house that is trash and needs thousands of dollars in repairs? Great, because I love buying junk houses. I buy vacant houses, abandoned houses, condemned houses, and even foreclosure houses. If you own a house and want to sell it fast, call me at 203-896-4000. That's 203-896-4000. 203-896-4000.
And now, a WTIC News Update.
2:30, Hartford temperature 44 degrees. I'm John Silva, WTIC 1080 News. Police in Norwalk now say they know the name of the victim who was struck in a pedestrian crash in the city on Tuesday. They've not released the person's name as yet. He's still in the hospital being treated. This all happened about 6 o'clock in the evening on Tuesday near 600 Connecticut Avenue in Norwalk. Police say they posted a picture of the victim in his hospital bed. Someone recognized that person, notified police, and that investigation is still ongoing. They're looking into a phishing attack on students in New Haven's public school system. Investigators say 10,000 bogus emails went out seeking banking info. About 1,000 were opened. The concern is if anyone opened any links on those emails. The school system is advising students to delete anything that looks the slightest bit suspicious. In Wilton, 2 students are under arrest in connection with an incident at a high school football game last Friday. Turns out someone pointed a BB gun at a student. A video of the incident helped crack that case. Connecticut's Secretary of Office and Policy and Management is stepping down. Jeffrey Beckham will leave effective December 5th. Governor Lamont has tapped Josh Wojcik as his replacement. And former Vice President Dick Cheney being remembered at funeral services in D.C. at the National Cathedral today. Cheney died November 3rd at the age of 84. WTIC News Time is 2:32. Here's Bob with the forecast.
Well, despite the fact that temperatures don't get out of the 40s this afternoon, it's a fairly nice day for the middle of November with light wind and plenty of sunshine. Tonight, clear to partly cloudy skies, lows in the 20s to low 30s. We'll see clouds mixed with some partial sun on Friday. Highs reach the low 50s tomorrow. We pick up the chance for a shower or two Friday night, the low near 40. And we'll have some morning cloudiness Saturday and maybe a shower. And then the sun will take over by afternoon, high near 50 degrees. A mix of sun and clouds on Sunday with highs in the mid to upper 40s and mostly sunny Monday with highs in the low 50s. I'm meteorologist Bob Cox in the WTIC Weather Center.
Dow is down 205 points. The Nasdaq's off 337 and the S&P is down 66. I'm John Silva, WTIC 1080 News.
Hi, Eric Hogarth with Money Wisdom. This week, we discuss the latest tips in financial planning and real solutions for your money questions. Don't just save, thrive with Money Wisdom on WTIC News Talk 1080.
Brian Shackman here for QC Kinetics. You know, more and more people these days are taking control of their health, looking beyond traditional medicine. That's why QC Kinetics is doing so well. People with chronic joint pain are learning that there are other options besides steroids, meds, and surgery. You can get lasting relief using advanced cellular treatments. QC Kinetics, they use regenerative medicine, revitalizes your joints using growth factors from your own body. We're talking hips, knees, back, whatever. Whether it's illness or injury, they can give you long-term relief with no downtime. That's right, no drugs, no surgery. And by the way, this November, QC Kinetics honoring our veterans, offering $500 off a full treatment plan as their way of saying thank you for your service. And also, by the way, for everybody, your first consultation is totally free. So if you are a little bit unsure, you go in there, you learn about it. If it's for you, great. Either way, you learn something about your body and you could get long-term relief from your pain. It's QC Kinetics, 860-440-PAIN. Again, 860-440-PAIN. They have locations in Avon, New Haven, and Glastonbury. 860-440-PAIN.
For nearly 4 decades, Westside Oil has kept local families comfortable with heating, cooling, plumbing, electrical, and oil delivery services. Our family-owned business believes in quality you can trust with finance options to make upgrades affordable. Choose energy-efficient American Standard equipment and start saving on your utility bill today. Westside Oil, proud supplier of American Standard heating and air conditioning products, built to a higher standard.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell, definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. Do you feel stupid for buying a timeshare? Don't. It's not your fault. You were most likely told you could rent it, and it was a great financial investment. And the deal was available today only. If this happened to you, contact your resort or Wesley Financial Group for help today.
Call Wesley now for your free exit information kit. 800-242-3131. 800-242-3131.
My name is Whitney Allen. I am a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Dan owed an unbelievable amount of money to the IRS.
I got behind on my taxes. It's a horrible feeling.
He was in denial.
And when I got those letters from the IRS, you wanted to act like they didn't exist.
Finally, Dan turned to Optima Tax Relief, the leading tax resolution firm. A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, they've resolved over $1 billion for their clients.
Optima got me a settlement with the IRS. These people are really people-friendly. It was every bit of a new lease on life for me.
The fast action and the great results made Dan's head spin.
I felt like I was in a dream, but it's real, and I have paperwork to prove it. They got the job done, and life is good.
For tax help you can trust, call Optima now for a free consultation.
If you're worried about what's going to happen with the IRS, stop worrying. Make the call now.
Call 800-354-2840. 800-354-2840. 800-354-2840.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Manchester native John McCluskey won the first Manchester Road Race in 1927. His younger brother, Joe McCluskey, continued the tradition. Joe, who would later win an Olympic medal, won the Thanksgiving Day run 3 times during the 1930s and again in 1947. They are the only pair of brothers to win the race. Start your own family tradition this Thanksgiving. Register for the Manchester Road Race now at manchesterroadrace.com. That's manchesterroadrace.com. The Manchester Road Race is a great local tradition, and WTIC News Talk 1080 is proud to be a partner. WTIC has been Connecticut's radio station for 100 years, with local talk shows talking about the things affecting our state and nation. Mornings with Brian and Company, 5:30 till 9, and Reese on the Radio, 2 till 6, plus local news, weather, traffic, and sports. All on WTIC News Talk 1080, because local radio is just better.
Fan of WTIC? Then do us a favor. Download the free Odyssey app and favorite WTIC.
We're back, Reese on the Radio, WTIC News Talk 1080. Coming up on the program, Jason Jakubowski is going to be here. He is the CEO of Connecticut Food Share. I think he's going to be on the phone. I'm almost certain he's on the phone. I wish he was here personally. But he is going to be on the phone. He's going to talk about a whole bunch of stuff that's going on this week. In fact, I think I heard yesterday John Silva was talking about something Food Share was doing yesterday. I think it's the turkey drive that's coming up this week. I think we'll talk to him about that. We'll talk about his humble beginnings. I'm kidding. The guy's like Ivy League. But which I find interesting that he, with his education, he chose to work for a charitable group. And that's amazing to me because you could almost, I guess in some cases, you almost work anywhere you want to and you choose this career. He's also, in his right mind, chose to be a Jet fan, which, again, I'm only applauding because it shows that Jason cares about the downtrodden. Tragic. He is like me through and through. We'll talk to him at about 4 o'clock after weather and traffic. So stay tuned for that. So imagine you get all of this information from listeners, whether or not they're casual or not, but clearly I'm promoting that Gina Laurie is going to be on the program, and everyone wants in on it. Everybody wants to know what she's going to say. They want to know if I'm going to press her. They want to know everything. You heard Mark yesterday tearing into her. What about this? What about... He's very invested. But let me explain to you why he's invested. Because as Mark was introduced to this story, he was interested, as I, about money coming from taxpayers going to cronies and friends of politicians. From Doug McCrory, in this case, Luke Bronin, Governor Lamont, anybody for that matter. It's that kind of stuff that really rubs Mark the wrong way. He knows that it gets under my skin, and if there's something scandalous in that, I want to get to the bottom of it because my investigative skills are usually pretty good. I know exactly who to call, and for some odd reason, I seem to engage with people who are willing to whistleblow or to give me some inside baseball. This was no different. So as well as there were emails that I got from some woman named Lisa, who was pretty much trying to say, look, these are all documented cases of Gina. This is what she's going through. You know, she's trying to spin this, that, and the third. I'm looking at it, I'm going, no, I don't know where the spin was. Maybe she's saying that they're acting in an unreasonable way, but she has a right to believe that. It doesn't matter whether or not it's true or not. That's her opinion. I'm not here to be judge, jury, or executioner. I'm here to ask her the questions, and she sat here for a long time and she took those tough questions, even the ones that were salacious. Like many people believe that you got all this money because you slept with them or there may be something behind it, which she took tough. People, it's kind of disrespectful to tell a businesswoman that the only reason why she got where she is because she slept around. But you got to ask. Most people would be delicate or wouldn't ask at all. If you know anything about me, you know I don't care. That's why I asked. And I know it's going to get the groans, but you think that. Here we are. Can we prove it? No, neither can you. But it was asked. It's out there. So like I said, everyone is, in for their pound of flesh, whether it related to this story or just read about it. And then something weird happens. Somebody says, hey, you guys are concerned with this this money that went out, the $150,000? Here, look at this. Tell me what you think. So I did. I looked at it. And there are problems. Don't take my word for it. Look it up if you're that interested. $150,000, sometimes less, $50,000, depending on what the project was given out as a Hartford revitalization plan. People opening up businesses in what you can only call, and we all know, is a dead zone known as downtown Hartford. No one's there. No one's doing anything. And they came up with this HeartLift program, giving money to these businesses to revitalize Hartford. Here's the rub. Let's say $150,000 goes to Reese's Diner. The $150,000 that I get from HeartLift, you would say, hey, Reese, what did you do with that money? If I turned around and said to you, yeah, I got the money, but it didn't go to me, you would say, what do you mean it didn't go to you? I was like, no, the money doesn't go to me. Well, Reese, I know that it went to you. It's in the press release. HeartLift awards Reese's Diner with $150 to revitalize Hartford. And I go, yeah, that's true. But I don't get that money. Of course, it would behoove you to ask, who gets the money? Easy. The landlord. For the build-out. Build out the space. The landlord now has $150,000 at his disposal to build out the space, the retail space that I am supposed to occupy. But to occupy the space, all of that stuff I got to do on my own. The $150,000 that I'm getting never comes to me. It must go to the build out of the space that I am going to revitalize. And so I started looking into how many people received the $150,000 or $50,000 or $75,000 to the tune of about $11 million. And something weird happened. 65 grants were given. Only 15 are made public through press releases from the Hartford Chamber of Commerce. Why, you ask? I don't know. The weird part is that no one asked for them. Not even the news media. $11 million in federal funds that you don't pay back were given to 65 businesses, and you only list 15? Where are the rest? Better question, who are the landlords the money went to? I know. I have a lot of information on where the money went, and I'm digging. By the way, side note, have you been downtown? Any revitalizing going on? See any stores up? Try this one on for size. If $150,000 went to a landlord for a company that was supposed to build or to be in that space, and let's say the funding fell through and the company never opened, the landlord still has the build out. The landlord still keeps the money. It never goes back, no matter what happens to the space. if that person who's starting the business never gets off the ground, it's not the landlord's fault, is it? Landlord got the money because they did their part. Hey, we'll build out the spot. And they do. They build it. They bill it. They give all of the breakdown. We spent it on this, sheetrock, stoves, tables, chairs, build it all out. Hey, what happened to the company? They didn't get the proper funding. Their loans fell through. City, the state, they don't come back and say, we'll give it back on $150,000. Wow, what did we do? We did what we were supposed to do with the money. You said there was no payback, no givebacks, no takebacks. $150,000 is gone. I'll ask again. Where's the money? Who got the money? 65 businesses, only 15 made public. Sounds like a FOIA request to me. But the weird part is that I haven't seen one media outlet even look into it. Oh, they were all raging about the project. Yeah, they're going to revitalize Hartford. Story over. Where's the money? I just thought that was interesting. I thought it was really, really interesting. I also thought this story was interesting, too. From Hartford Business, headline, CRDA considers $500,000 loan to support retail development in downtown building. Hartford officials are moving to loan $500,000 to a prominent developer and help draw tenants to retail spaces in a downtown complex. The funds would be focused on a 324,000 square foot office and retail complex at the corner of Trumbull and Pratt Streets, owned by Brooklyn, New York-based Shelbourne Global Solutions. Downtown Hartford's largest landlord, Shelbourne, paid $4.75 million for the complex at 242 Trumbull and 64 Pratt 2 years ago. The Capital Region Development Authority Regional and Economic Development Committee on Monday signed off on lending Lexington $500,000 to help fund retail tenant improvements to help small businesses locate on or near Pratt Street, according to the information shared with the committee. The funding would be drawn from interest in a revolving loan fund tapped by CRDA in support of Hartford projects. Have you been to that building lately? I passed by it by accident. It's interesting where these stories go. And it's interesting what people are willing to tell you. More news, more views when we return. Stick around. It's Reese on the Radio.
If you're one of the millions of Americans behind on your taxes, if you're afraid to open your mail because IRS collection letters could be coming, listen carefully. The IRS is cracking down, taking paychecks, freezing bank accounts, revoking passports. That's a fact. But here's what most people don't know. There are official tax relief programs designed to help struggling taxpayers. Programs that could save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief. Optima's award-winning team will fight to protect your paycheck, your passport, and your property. Their tax attorneys and licensed tax professionals will work tirelessly to get you the best deal possible with the IRS. Every day, penalties and interest keep piling up, so don't wait. Call Optima now for a free consultation.
Call 800-473-9933. 800-473-9933. 800-473-9933.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Do you have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big Lou at Term Provider, 800-700-6898. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems, and if you're 50 or 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider at 800-700-6898. That's 800-700-6898 for $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with. Call Big Lou at 800-700-6898. 800-700-6898.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-9834. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-9834. That's 800-575-9834. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
It's Reese on the Radio on News Talk 1080 WTIC.
Yeah. Wow. This is an interesting weekend. So, Saturday. How did I forget that? Saturday. Are we supposed to promote this on Saturday for the road race thing? I'm almost certain, right? I think we are, right? Yeah, I think we are supposed to be. So, at Manchester High School, in the cafeteria? Whatever. We're supposed to be there at the Manchester High School cafeteria for the mini road race, the Manchester mini road race. I'm supposed to be there at 10 o'clock. So, yeah, I should be there by 10 o'clock. It's not far to get there on Saturday. I guess I'm supposed to be there to hand out some trinkets, shake hands, all that good stuff. So if you are a part of the mini road race, whatever it is, I know Brian is broadcasting live. Is that on Sunday? Is that when the road race is? I think it's Sunday. Oh, that's right. It is on Thanksgiving. How come he gets to work? Why does he get to work? I want to work on Thanksgiving. Right now, Janine is probably screaming like, I told you you can't. It's over. She was actually telling me that. She said to me, she goes, I'm just bringing you into my office to let you know that you are not working on Thanksgiving. Just to let you know you are not working. I was like, why not? She was like, no, you're not working. Brian gets to work. That's unfair. I'm calling HR. Well, okay. Well, I'm sure he'll have fun. Congratulations, Brian. Give him crap for that. Anyway, stand by. When we come back, what's it been, 2 weeks since I've done Negro Nonsense or Wacky Whitey? And because of that, I'm ashamed. I'm truly ashamed that I haven't stuck with getting that done. And there have been a hell of a lot of reasons for that because I've been working on so much stuff. But today, as a bonus, I'm going to give you both. Negro Nonsense with Wacky Whitey. But I have to lay down a little bit of a caveat for Wacky Whitey today. And I'm going to explain you a little bit with the little time that I have, just under, 4 minutes. Okay. I have been telling everyone that someone has been dealing with mental health issues. And I am positive of this now. And there must be a public intervention. Now, I am not kidding about this. I wish I were joking. But we are, and I am, let me just say, I can't speak for anybody else. I have never ever thought in my wildest dreams that a person was so volatile, a person was so desperate that they might harm the president. I am not being hyperbolic here. I am not saying this for it to go viral or for people to start posting it, which you should. Because if we don't get the word out that this person needs a mental health break, he is going to harm someone or himself. And I'm serious. And I've got the evidence to back it up. The stuff that this man is doing is reckless, man. Reckless. I've never seen anybody do things like this. I don't know if it's because of his home life, his family life, relationships. I don't. But do you remember the story of Harvey Milk? Remember, he was killed by somebody in political office. He was. You all know it. It's not like that's far-fetched. I really do believe that this individual wants to or would, if given the chance, do harm to the president. I really believe that. And people think I'm going off the rails. You have got to listen to the things that are coming out of this man's mouth. And the latest example is exactly that. You have to listen to people's words. And the desperation that is coming out of his mouth is warranted. I am asking, and I'm going to say it right now before I play the clips, I am going to tell everyone here in Connecticut who is in political office to sign a letter asking Chris Murphy to please seek professional help now. It is not a joke. I believe that that man is asking for civil war. I believe that man is trying to incite some violence against the president. I think he is unhinged. And he is doing it publicly. People have said that he is having a public midlife crisis. No, he is not. He is having a crisis. And I'm going to play you those examples. And you think I'm kidding. Somebody in the legislature here in Connecticut has got to make it known, let everybody know in the press. Chris Murphy must be told, take a seat and seek help. I'll give you those examples when we return on the other side of it. Stand by for that. If you haven't heard it, go look it up now. You do not want to miss it. Let's get to the top of the hour news with John Silva. I'm Reese on the Radio on WTIC News Talk 1080.
WTIC is celebrating 100 years on the air and 100 years of serving Connecticut. This is WTIC and WTIC FM HD2 Hartford, an Odyssey station.
It's 3 o'clock. Hartford temperature 44 degrees. We'll keep the sunshine for what's left of the daylight hours and keep temperatures also in the 40s. Light wind, too, so that certainly helps. All the forecast details, Bob Cox in the house coming up. President Trump's lashing out. Democrats calling on the military to disobey illegal orders. Trump says it's seditious behavior that should be punishable by imprisonment or death. GOP House Speaker Mike Johnson weighed in.
Young soldiers, airmen, sailors, they don't need that kind of nonsense from people in Congress. It is very dangerous.
First jobs report since the shutdown is out. 119,000 positions created in September. Figures for the 2 months prior were lowered. This is Bankrate's Mark Hamerick.
This job market has been cooling. That's been a theme that's been in place for quite some time. We're barely having enough jobs creation to keep the unemployment rate from going substantially higher.
State Office of Policy and Management Secretary Jeffrey Beckham will soon be leaving his post. Taking his place will be Josh Wojcik. Beckham's departure is effective December 5th, after which he'll be tapped by Governor Lamont for a Superior Court judgeship. Lamont praised Beckham for helping stabilize the state's finances coming out of the pandemic. He says health care costs now are the challenge going forward.
Eating the costs of small business and families, and something we've got to do a better job of getting those costs under control, making sure there's real value.
Wojcik will serve at OPM on an interim basis as secretary. Lamont will formally submit that recommendation to the General Assembly when it reconvenes in February. In Norwalk, police now know the name of the person who was struck by a vehicle earlier this week. That person hit Tuesday near 600 Connecticut Avenue around 6 p.m. They had to post a picture of the victim in his hospital bed because he didn't have any ID at the time. Somebody did notify police saying they knew the person and was able to identify him. They're not releasing his name right now. He was taken to the hospital again for treatment, and the driver did stay at the scene. That investigation remains ongoing. Authorities have ended a federal immigration crackdown in North Carolina's largest city. The Mecklenburg County Sheriff's Office announcing today that the operation known as Charlotte's Web is officially over. Federal officials confirmed the conclusion to the sheriff. The operation, led by Customs and Border Protection, resulted in hundreds of arrests. The sheriff's office stated that no further border agent operations will occur in Charlotte today. From the period spanning next Tuesday to the following Monday, December 1st, AAA expects nearly 864,000 Connecticut residents to travel 50 or more miles from home for the Thanksgiving holiday. Greater Hartford AAA spokeswoman Tracy Noble on how many people will be hitting the roads altogether.
No surprise to anyone, 89% will be driving to their holiday destination. That is up 2% over Thanksgiving 2024. And locally, that equates to 772,000 Connecticut travelers on the road.
Noble offering some general travel advice. Plan to travel early in the morning and get to airports at least 3 hours before your flight takes off. WTIC news time is 3:04 from the WTIC 24-hour traffic network. Most of the road work will be coming to an end within the next half hour or so. There is a problem down along the shoreline in East Lyme, 95 northbound. Backups begin at exit 72 and carry out to 75, all due to a 3-vehicle crash with the left lane closed. Bob Cox is the WTIC Weather Center forecast.
Sunshine will stay with us this afternoon, at least until 4:26 when sunset occurs. Temperatures are in the 40s and there's not much wind. Tonight will be clear to partly cloudy with lows in the 20s to low 30s. We'll see clouds and some partial sun Friday with highs reaching the low 50s. We pick up the chance for a couple of showers Friday night, the low around 40, and some lingering clouds into Saturday morning and maybe a shower, followed by developing sunshine, the high near 50. Sunday looks partly to mostly sunny, highs in the mid to upper 40s, and mostly sunny Monday, highs in the low 50s. I'm meteorologist Bob Cox in the WTIC Weather Center.
Stocks continue to trend downward. The Dow's off 194 points. NASDAQ's down 330. S&P is down 63. For these stories and more, go to WTIC.com. I'm John Silva, WTIC 1080 News.
Hi, I'm Joe with SimpleSaleUSA.com, and I buy houses cash. If you own a house and want to sell it fast at a fair price, call me at 203-896-4000. I can pay cash and close in as little as 7 days. I buy houses in any condition, any price range, and more importantly, anywhere in Connecticut. I'm a private real estate investor who buys several houses a month, and I want to buy more. I buy inherited houses, divorce houses, behind in payment houses. I even buy my tenant won't pay me the rent houses. Do you own a house that is trash and needs thousands of dollars in repairs? Great, because I love buying junk houses. I buy vacant houses, abandoned houses, condemned houses, and even foreclosure houses. If you own a house and want to sell it fast, call me at 203-896-4000. That's 203-896-4000. 203-896-4000.
This is Dale for Northeast Men's Health, where we've successfully treated thousands of men for low testosterone and helped them feel like their old selves again. Please take a moment and listen to how we help Kurt.
You're supposed to be on fire as a person. You're supposed to want to get things done. I started having anxiety out of the blue, low libido, brain fog, not feeling driven. Literally had to push myself every day to get up and get things done. I was driving and I heard Northeast Men's Health on the radio, and the first consult seemed reasonable. So I decided to give it a call and made an appointment. They found that I had low T, and after that it was like a light switch got turned on. I've been a patient at Northeast Men's Health for about 9 months now. Everything's gotten a lot better in my life. Energy, feeling, just work, a whole lot better. Even my kids notice. They're like, Daddy's got energy, Daddy's ready to go. If you don't feel like that, I would suggest calling Northeast Men's Health.
Thanks, Kurt. It's true. Low T therapy will likely change your life. Your initial appointment is only $99 with results in minutes. And if you start on testosterone the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call today, 800-930-5956, or go to northeastmenshealth.com.
Reese on the radio, making sense of the news. Yeah, even when it makes no sense at all. Now on WTIC, News Talk 1080.
All right, we're back. I'll get to the phones in a second. 860-522-WTIC, 860-522-9842. As I said, I did not do Negro Nonsense and Wacky Whitey for about 2 weeks. And I thought about it, and I said, I don't want people to think that I've forgotten about it. I know you guys love those bits. You fought for them. At least Wacky Whitey you did. So without further ado, because you missed it for so long, it's back. Okay, maybe not now. Okay, now it's back.
Yeah, you know what it is. Wacky Whitey, Wacky Whitey, Wacky Whitey, Wacky Whitey. Yeah, you know what it is. Wacky Whitey, Wacky Whitey, Wacky Whitey, Wacky Whitey.
And of course, the aforementioned Chris Murphy makes it on Wacky Whitey today, and for a host of reasons. I truly do believe that a statement must be released about Chris Murphy to tell him that he needs to seek professional help. You might remember that right before the assassination of Charlie Kirk, Chris Murphy did an interview with Chuck Todd. And of course, the only person he talks about is Donald Trump. No matter where he is, it's Donald Trump all day, every day. He thinks he's either running against him or he has convinced himself he is Donald Trump's arch enemy. And I think I used to believe that he would just keep saying Donald Trump's name in the hopes that Donald Trump would recognize him, and then he could say, look, Donald Trump's attacking me. It hasn't worked. And I think that the more Donald Trump's ignoring him, the more he will get desperate.
We're not going to convince Donald Trump to stand down in his attempts to destroy our democracy through de-escalatory politics. Like, that's just not happening. So our only opportunity, our only chance to save our democracy is to fight fire with fire right now. So yeah, do I bemoan the fact that, we're now blowing up norms? Yes, but literally for 2 seconds, because if you spend any more than that being sorry for the fact that the old world doesn't exist, then your democracy is gone.
He doesn't care about blowing up norms in order to fight back. Decorum doesn't mean anything because Donald Trump is such an existential threat. So does he mourn the fact that the business as usual, the way in which, the rules of engagement are blown up? Nah, for about 2 seconds, but we're in a war.
We're in a war right now to save this country, and so you have to be willing to do whatever is necessary in order to save the country.
That's an interesting part. You have to be willing to do whatever's necessary to save democracy. Now, again, remember, we're talking about a news media that said, if I'm not elected, there would be a bloodbath. When he was talking about car manufacturing, they said even the suggestion of the word bloodbath, if he doesn't, saying he was calling for political violence. Chris Murphy doesn't get the same thing. And I will go so far as to say, what was people's excuses? Well, Chris Murphy's not the president. But he is an elected senator. He is. He is powerful. Is he not? So I thought that was odd that he would say that. After the death of Charlie Kirk, after, of course, people criticized him for saying that we are at war, we have to do what's necessary. After the death of Charlie Kirk, he went on Morning Joke. And he was asked about whether or not we should tone down the violent rhetoric.
How important is it for leaders, especially at the very, very top of the government, to set the tone?
Listen, it should not matter whether the radicalization comes from the right or the left or, sort of the non-ideological, deep, dark recesses of the internet. This vice president has had a chance now since the assassination of Charlie Kirk to bring the country together to try to stamp out all sorts of violence, including political violence, and they refuse to do that. What they are trying to do is exploit these murders and these shootings in order to silence only dissent and political opposition on the left.
So now he feels as though that anybody talking about political violence is now silencing anyone who wishes to dissent. Anyone who says things like, we're at war and we have to do what's necessary. And by pointing out Chris Murphy's statements, it is only to silence dissent. He doesn't care, folks. It's days after the death of Charlie Kirk. He doesn't care. The president is trying to silence dissent. Not that we should take a chill pill. No, Chris Murphy is like, no, we need to keep our foot on the gas.
No. Criticizing the way that ICE is rounding up people in this country in a deeply inhumane and immoral way is not an incitement to violence. There is a moment where you cross the line. But what they are trying to do is to destroy the ability for people who oppose their policies to legitimately engage in political debate. And we are not going to let them do that.
But it's not like Chris Murphy doesn't use violent euphemisms when talking about things. Like, does anybody remember the time he inexplicably started talking about health care and started referring to stabbing? I do. It went like this.
So there's this debate playing out in the congressional Republican caucuses as to whether they should stab seniors and poor kids in the heart with one knife or two knives. What they're actually debating is whether they're going to pass Trump's legislative agenda with one bill or two bills. But it really doesn't matter whether it's one bill or two bills, one knife or two knives. What they are talking about doing is passing a massive tax cut for billionaires, for corporations, all the folks who parade in and out of Mar-a-Lago.
Stabbing. A lot of violent talk from the guy. And to make matters worse, he then went on to accuse the President of the United States of being at the center of a child sex trafficking ring.
What we've already seen is immensely incriminating. Clearly, Donald Trump was at the center of a child sex ring. That is heartbreaking. That the President of the United States was involved in that kind of gross, craven immorality. And it stands to reason that he wouldn't be fighting so hard to spin against this story or bullying Republicans in the House to prevent the release of these files if there wasn't something especially and specifically incriminating in that information.
Now, Chris Murphy's no dummy. He knows that that is defaming. He knows that is, for him, that's a lawsuit waiting to happen. I don't hear anybody talking about it. He was on CNN just today talking about it again, but he stopped short of saying what he just said there. He knows he can't say it again. He might very well be lucky no one's paying attention to him, which would be sad for Chris Murphy. But to be honest with you, I think it would be dangerous for the president. Think about it. Chris Murphy's going over the deep end. He's saying anything, folks, anything. And if he's not getting any attention, if he's not moving above 1% in the polls, if he is not considered a righteous fighter against Donald Trump, if he's not getting the accolades with all of the press that he's been getting, he's going nowhere. And he gets more and more desperate. He becomes more and more unhinged. What do you do? Well, today, he went one step further. Let me give you the background first. There was a video that came out over the weekend, I believe, or earlier this week, where there were members of Congress who have served in the military, who were telling other active duty members of our military to, in essence, ignore the President of the United States and his orders. But what I found odd is that it is not wartime. It is peacetime. Here's what they said.
I'm Senator Alyssa Slotkin.
Senator Mark Kelly. Representative Chris DeLuzio.
Congresswoman Maggie Goodlander.
Representative Chrissy Houlihan.
Congressman Jason Crow. I was a captain in the United States Navy.
Former CIA officer.
Former Navy.
Former paratrooper and Army Ranger.
Former intelligence officer.
Former Air Force.
We want to speak directly to members of the military
and the intelligence community
who take risks each day
to keep Americans safe.
We know you are under enormous stress and pressure right now.
Americans trust their military.
But that trust is at risk. This administration is pitting our uniformed military
and intelligence community professionals
against American citizens.
Not even remotely true, but that's what they said.
Like us, you all swore an oath
to protect and defend this Constitution.
Right now, the threats to our Constitution aren't just coming from abroad,
but from right here at home.
Our laws are clear. You can refuse illegal orders.
You can refuse illegal orders.
You must refuse illegal orders.
No one has to carry out orders that violate the law
or our Constitution.
We know this is hard
and that it's a difficult time to be a public servant.
But whether you're serving in the CIA,
the Army,
or Navy,
the Air Force,
your vigilance is critical.
And know that we have your back.
Now, none of them are expressing what exactly is an illegal order that the President of the United States is handing down, or Pete Hegseth, or Pam Bondi, or whomever. They're not particular. In fact, one of those folks were interviewed and asked by Martha McCallum about what exactly you're talking about, and they had no answer. None. He was completely embarrassed. But the objective is to tell active military, decide on your own. You can ignore an illegal order. What if the individual thinks, morally that doesn't seem right, so maybe it's not legal? Well, what they're doing, the president pointed out, was seditious. It is. It is telling the military, whom the commander-in-chief, that's why he is the commander-in-chief, they are telling the military to, in essence, thwart the president, telling them that they can. Not with any specification are they telling him that what the president is asking them to do that is illegal. Now, maybe it was just as some stupid PR campaign, but it's kind of risky. But I get it. They're desperate. Well, Chris Murphy, because the president called it seditious, decided to jump into the fray, as he always does. But that wasn't all he did. He, in essence, called for a civil war.
The President of the United States just called for Democratic members of Congress to be executed. This is not normal. We cannot allow this to feel normal.
The president never said that. But now he's saying, aside from the fact that the president is in the center of a child sex ring, now he's saying that the president is calling for people to be executed. Now, if that is not a call to arms, I don't know what is. If that isn't reckless, I don't know what is. I don't care how much you love the Democrats. That man is way over his skis. What he is talking about is violent rhetoric. Beyond the pale at this point. But if you think that he's just talking, listen a little more to where he goes off the rails.
As far as I know, has never happened before in the history of the country. Every Democratic member of the Senate and the House, their life is in jeopardy right now, especially those that were specifically targeted by this social media post. Democratic senators and House members who were simply saying that no member of the military should act illegally or in violation of the Constitution. The President of the United States just called for members of Congress to be executed. If you are a person of influence in this country, maybe it's time to pick a fucking side. If you are a Republican in Congress, if you are a Republican governor, maybe it's time to draw a line in the sand and say that under no circumstances should the President of the United States be calling on his political opposition to be hanged. We are at a very dangerous moment right now. The President is engaged in the wholesale incitement, endorsement, and rationalization of political violence in this country.
The man is unhinged. Like, flat out. The man's just off his meds. He knows damn well that it wasn't said, but why is he telling people to pick a side? For what? What are you supposed to do with that side? I mean, the fact that he's cursing, he's telling it, again, he is the one who put out the social media post. He is the one that says that the president is calling for political violence against senators, against Congress people, congresspersons. Pick a side for what? Is Chris Murphy suggesting that maybe he should plan something seditious? Should a coup happen against the president of the United States? I mean, what is he calling for? I get the idea of jumping onto the bandwagon of anything that Donald Trump has to say, or jumping on the coattails of that and just saying, oh, I'm going to put out a video about that. But folks, let's be honest. How is it that nobody, and with everyone talking about our mental health, when you hear someone openly getting in front of a camera saying things like this, and Chris Murphy, with all due respect, you know he's not that guy. Something is off the reservation with this dude. I called it a long time ago. I said it like 6 months ago. Somebody needs to check in on him. Wife left him, empty cupboards, doing videos in empty kitchens where you can hear the echo. Clearly he's by himself. Got himself a girlfriend. All of a sudden that's over. Grows a beard. Travels all over the country. Somebody's got to explain to me, like, why is no one... You're friends with him. Is he friends with anybody? Max Frost, someone sit the guy down. Say, listen, buddy, what's going on? What do you need? Zoloft? What do you tell me? Tell me what you need. There must be a public statement that is put out. If the Democrats won't do it, House Republicans and senators, you guys have to do it right now. Send it to every member of the news media now. Put out a statement that expresses that you are concerned for the mental health of Chris Murphy. All of those examples I just gave you sound like somebody who is looking to start some form of attack, violence, or trying to incite something in the American people for the sake of his own political career. He knows how volatile this is. He knows that there are wackos out there who are committing this type of violence. When he's calling for members of Congress to pick a freaking line, when he's openly accusing the president of crimes, and not one person has said, you know what, maybe we should reel him in. Oh, unless people are saying that this behavior is okay until someone reacts, or if Chris Murphy reacts on his own. I don't put it past him, folks. I don't. Chris Murphy, look, all right, I'm just gonna say it. I'm not kidding anymore. I want you to look at this from this point of view, and maybe you don't, but just consider it. And I'm talking to all the Republicans who listen to this show right now. Hear me out. What the hell does Chris Murphy have to lose? What does he have to lose? He called the president a criminal. He said that there is evidence that the president is at the center of a child sex ring. He is screaming for people to, if not act in a seditious way, he's telling them to choose a bleeping side. He's talking about we are at war. This rhetoric is violent. You know that it is. So is everybody just going to sit around and say, nothing? He's got nothing to lose. If he's being this reckless, he's got nothing to lose. Chris Murphy is about to get desperate. I think he is already. No one's taking him seriously. They're laughing at him. And he knows it. I watched them laugh at him on the 5. And I'm telling you, I see it. If somebody doesn't bring that reel that guy in, get him in and say, hey, what's going on, buddy? I get you trying to get some attention, but this is, If something goes off, if something happens, they're going to be pointing to you and they're going to be pointing to us. Why don't we scale it back a little bit? Why don't you just take a break? All right? Play the bench, ride the bench for a little while. We'll let some other people cover it because it's the holidays, dude. Let's take a break. You guys need to get that statement out there. Get it to everybody and just say, and again, do it in a very, very careful, kind, and considerate way. Senator Murphy, we're concerned. We know you've been through some things. I know that the divorce, it could be very trying on an individual, but some of this rhetoric has kind of gone beyond the pale, and we think maybe you should take a rest, perhaps see someone, talk it out. Maybe after the holidays come back and we'll try again. But we're not asking to censure you or to take you out of office, but let's just have a moment of reflection. I think it can be done in a reasonable way, in a kind way, that sort of lets him know that you are on his side and you care. I think you should consider it. We'll be back. It's Reese on the Radio.
You could think you found your dream home online. The kitchen island looks perfect for your inner chef. The backyard, a paradise for your green thumb. And that extra room, hello walk-in closet. But here's the twist. The lot next door just got rezoned for years of construction. And this sound, yeah, you're going to be hearing a lot of that. Don't let your dream home turn into a nightmare. Work with the expertise and ethical training of a Realtor, here to guide and help protect you from the surprises you didn't see coming. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors, right by you.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest, the last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying, just beautiful.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay. Things people love.
There's a lot happening in Washington and in your local neighborhood. Follow WTIC News Talk 1080 on the Odyssey app to keep up with the latest.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. Ever wonder why Big Wireless wants you on an unlimited plan? They probably want you to cover the cost of those 20-somethings using all that data every month. But most people 50 and up like me only use 12 gigs or less. Don't get bamboozled by Big Wireless. Switch to Consumer Cellular. Our plans start at just $20, and we use the same towers as the big guys. Join the millions who choose something better, because if you're not using all that data, you're probably getting used.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com/facts or a store near you. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
At Audion Hearing, our mission is simple: to make better hearing affordable for everyone. This Black Friday, enjoy exclusive savings on our high-quality rechargeable hearing aids. Clear, comfortable, and ready to use right out of the box. And here's a study worth hearing. Research shows that wearing hearing aids can reduce your risk of dementia by up to 61%. Join over 1 million happy customers and shop Black Friday deals before they're gone at audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
And now, a WTIC news update.
3:30, good afternoon. I'm John Silva, WTIC 1080 News. 42 degrees, sunshine for the rest of the afternoon. The forecast details coming up. Police in Norwalk now know who the person is that was struck by a vehicle this week. They posted a picture of the victim in his hospital bed in that Tuesday crash on Connecticut Avenue. That's because he had no ID on him at the time. Someone did recognize the person from the photo and contacted police. They've not released the man's name publicly. The driver did stop, and that investigation is ongoing. President Trump accused a half-dozen Democratic lawmakers of sedition, punishable by death, after the lawmakers, all veterans of the armed services and intelligence community, called on the military to uphold the Constitution and defy illegal orders. 90-second video first posted Tuesday from Senator Elisa Slotkin's X account. In it, the 6 lawmakers, including Slotkin, Arizona's Mark Kelly, and Representatives Jason Crow, Krista Luzio, Maggie Goodlander, and Chrissy Houlihan, speak directly to U.S. service members whom Slotkin acknowledges are under enormous stress and pressure right now. Federal investigators have released photos of an engine flying off that doomed UPS cargo plane that crashed after the engine broke off, killing 14 in Kentucky 2 weeks ago. They say there was evidence of cracks in the left wing's engine mount. The NTSB says the plane got only 30 feet off the ground. Words going out to New Haven public school students after 10,000 bogus emails went out to students on Wednesday. Officials say it was a scam to try to get banking info. They advise students to delete suspicious emails. Those who did fill out fake forms are advised to report it to the IT department. Expect plenty of company on the roads and in the air during the Thanksgiving travel period. AAA says 864,000 Connecticut residents are expected to travel 50 or more miles. 82 million are predicted to head out for the holiday nationwide. At Bradley, officials there are expecting about 90,000 to pass through the airport. They're advising travelers to expect crowds and get there early. WTIC News Time is 3:32 from the WTIC 24-hour traffic network. New Britain, 72 eastbound between exits 2 and 1D. Looks like the right and center lanes are taken out due to a crash. Let's check the WTIC Weather Center forecast.
Partly sunny for the remainder of the afternoon, but it's on the chilly side. Temperatures only up into the low and mid 40s, and then a cold night tonight. Partly to mostly cloudy down to 24. Some of the coldest outlying spots probably get down into the upper teens. And then tomorrow we'll start out with a little bit of sun, but clouds will be on the increase. We're up to 49. Then there could be a shower or two rolling through tomorrow night. Behind that, it looks like we'll see the return of some sunshine as we head into Saturday. It'll be brisk and a little bit on the chilly side, the high 49. And then Sunday doesn't look too bad. We'll have sunshine mixing with some clouds up to 45. Overall, for this time of the year, not a bad weekend. Maybe a little bit chillier than average, but at least for the most part, it looks like it's going to be dry. And that dry weather continues in early next week. We'll have some sunshine on Monday, up into the low 50s, and again, pretty close to 50 on Tuesday with some sunshine. This is meteorologist John Feerick in the WTIC Weather Center.
I'm John Silva, WTIC 1080 News.
Paul Anka, a man in his music. Friday, April 17th at Mohegan Sun Arena. Get tickets Friday, 10 a.m. at Ticketmaster.com. Don't miss Paul Anka.
Eggland's Best, the only eggs with more fresh and delicious taste, plus superior nutrition, available in so many delicious varieties. Classic, cage-free, organic, free-range, and pasture-raised. Eggland's Best. Better taste, better nutrition, better eggs.
Hi, Joel Johnson here with Johnson Brunetti. Taxes, don't pay a nickel more than you're supposed to, especially getting close to retirement or in retirement. Call or text the word taxes to request your free copy of our Tax Explorer Guide, 1-800-705-1232. Call or text the word taxes, 1-800-705-1232. Don't pay an extra nickel in taxes.
Investment advisory services offered through JB Capital, LLC, a registered investment advisor. Insurance products offered through JN Financial, LLC.
At Ayala Home Services, we handle hundreds of well water problems a year. We believe hearing your options to get water flowing in your house shouldn't cost a thing. That's why we offer free estimates for wells with no water. Plus, get your water back as soon as the same day. Contact the trusted well professionals at ALO Home Services when you call, click, or text today and say hello, ALO. Call for details. Licensed for safety. HIC 628926, P102776688, S1041347, D104014665, S3308699, SN3004646, E1185643.
Hi, I'm Dr. Mary Claire Haver, a board-certified OBGYN and menopause specialist. My new podcast, Unpaused, is the place for bold, unfiltered conversations about what it really takes for women to thrive in the second half of life. Every week, I sit down with medical experts, cultural icons, and powerhouse women to talk about what really matters. New episodes drop every Tuesday. Listen to and follow Unpaused with me, Dr. Mary Claire Haver, available now wherever you get your podcasts.
UConn's Silas Demery Jr. knows what it takes to win on offense and defense.
Winning isn't luck. It's hustle, discipline, and showing up every day.
That mindset drives BPS lawyers too, fighting for clients in personal injury, family law, litigation, and more.
I'm Nick Payne-Darris. At BPS Lawyers, we're one full-service firm. All your legal needs, always.
BPS Lawyers, your lawyers for life.
If you're one of the millions of Americans behind on your taxes, if you're afraid to open your mail because IRS collection letters could be coming, listen carefully. The IRS is cracking down, taking paychecks, freezing bank accounts, revoking passports. That's a fact. But here's what most people don't know. There are official tax relief programs designed to help struggling taxpayers. Programs that could save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief. Optima's award-winning team will fight to protect your paycheck, your passport, and your property. Their tax attorneys and licensed tax professionals will work tirelessly to get you the best deal possible with the IRS. Every day, penalties and interest keep piling up, so don't wait. Call Optima now for a free consultation.
Call 800-473-9933. 800-473-9933. 800-473-9933.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Time now for today's Spotlight on Tech.
A major milestone in the medical world as technology connects paralyzed humans with robotic technology. Neuralink's implanted brain chip allowed an ALS patient to use his thoughts to control a robotic arm, picking up a cup and taking a drink. Neuralink's chip uses 128 ultrafine threads to detect brain signals and uses Bluetooth to transmit the commands to the robot for precise actions. I'm Jason Brooks.
Are you tired of online threats? Then get an antivirus. It's the only online protection you will ever need.
Disclaimer, an antivirus is just half protection online. It will not protect you from snoopers or encrypt your online traffic. So this Black Friday, get better online protection with NordVPN. NordVPN will encrypt your traffic, protect you from malware and phishing, and stop annoying ads. Get the NordVPN Black Friday deal with 73% off and enjoy 3 extra months.
You've been here before, standing in front of the mirror, tired of wondering where your weight loss journey went wrong. I'm Paige Lopez. I know the feeling, and that's why I started Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Our medication-free program helps you lose weight without expensive injections. No tiny portions, no constant hunger, just real, sustainable weight loss. Look and feel your best with personalized coaching and lifetime support. To kickstart your transformation, visit awaken180weightloss.com or call 844-346-1800.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Cunahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions and bring you a special Black Friday offer.
Hey everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have Leaf Filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install a Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/deal. And now, as a special Black Friday offer, you can get a free gutter inspection, plus up to 35% off. This is our best offer of the season. Unlock it now at leaffilter.com/deal. See representative for warranty details.
Hey, whoa, hold up. 100 candles on the cake? Who do you think's lighting this?
I keep forgetting that it ends really, really that fast. 860-522-WTIC. That's the phones. It's Reese on the Radio. More news, more views you can shake a stick at. Coming up, we're going to speak to Jason why am I forgetting his name? It is Jakubowski. I got to say it over. I can say Mahmoud Ahmadinejad, but I can't say Jason's last name. What's wrong with me today? What's wrong with me? Yes, he'll be on the phone in about 20 minutes. We'll talk to him about Food Share, what they're doing, how you can help, and all that good stuff. And if you need help, how to contact Food Share to do that. Let's get to the phones. 860-522-WTIC. George is in Canton. How are you, sir?
Well, greetings, Reese.
Yes. Hey.
I'll be brief. Look, this situation with Murphy.
Yes.
You know, there is this little phrase that they've been using for the last several years. If you see something, say something. Well, now what about if you hear something, say something?
Right.
Now, the thing that I think is these people, Murphy and the ilk, if it were a little guy like me, and I was talking that way, somebody might say something, and I might get hauled in for questioning.
Or at least a psych eval of sorts, just to find out if you're going to harm yourself or others.
Well, I mean, if a kid in school was posting crap like this, or a guy working within a company was making posts, but these people are hiding behind their position because they know full well that the system is not going to treat them the same way, and they can all stand back like this bunch of ones telling the military to not obey an order,
right?
Because they've got no skin in the game. There is nothing to happen to them. And if they think there's an order that shouldn't be given, tell the people in the military, oh, yes, of which the recruiting numbers are out of sight high, so I guess people are happy. But if you think there's an order that shouldn't be followed, resign your position.
Indeed. And I would go so far as that where was Mark Kelly or what's her name, Elise Slotkin, whatever her name is? Where were they during COVID?
Well, you see, that's the thing. These people, and one of the things that frustrates me, I'll be 81 1 month from today. Will be my 81st birthday. And I'm out working today, calling on clients, doing my little dog and pony show. and these people, normal people like you and me, now, of course, there are people that would question our being normal.
Right.
But let's face it, reasonable people, we don't think like these demented individuals.
Yeah, this is...
We can't fathom that there is no end to the low bar they set.
Yeah, I know. I think that's the point I'm making about Chris Murphy. It's like one tier lower than before. It's like he just...
And yet think back just to January the 6th, where they accused Trump of inciting a riot.
Indeed.
By not playing the whole clip, the whole soundbite, which proved perfectly that that's not what he did.
Here's the,
this isn't inciting.
Yeah, let me interject on that point, because you know what brings all of that January 6th rhetoric right around. Think about this. The one argument that many people who were there or who understood what happened then said, if Donald Trump incited violence there, we would have the clip playing on a loop on MSNBC every day. To prove our point, here we are 5 years, almost 5 years later, and the BBC has to take two clips an hour apart to give said video. You know what I mean? It's insane.
Exactly. Well, I don't know an answer. There is not an answer to evil, because evil it can't be vanquished. It can't be vanquished. No. We don't vanquish in this country. But in the world, evil is going to exist if you're I'm not being Christian or religious. I mean, evil exists if you're a non-believer.
Yeah.
I don't, these people, if there's not any skin in the game.
Yeah.
And you get these crazy young people like the guy that shot at Trump.
Yeah.
These people, as Limbaugh used to say it, young skulls full of
mush. That's right.
Their brains are not formed yet.
Yeah.
And it is sinister and it is diabolical.
That's exactly.
The left does that manipulation of these young people, and apparently there's some 60 and 70-year-olds that are out protesting in their damn.
I'll tell you that story soon. I'll tell you that story soon. We were in West Hartford not too long ago. I'll tell you about that. Thank you, boss man. I appreciate you. Let me go to Frankie in Woodbridge real quick. What's on, big guy?
You're right about Chris Murphy. I mean, I said it about, I don't know, almost a year. This guy suffered a nervous breakdown because of the divorce.
You think so?
Oh, absolutely. Come on. I mean, you could handle divorce, but he can't. O.J. Simpson can't handle it.
I handled it so much I did it 3 times.
Right. It's like me eating cannolis. You're so used to it. But O.J. Simpson can handle divorce. Robert Blake couldn't handle it.
You know what? Listen, now look, a little bit of me being tongue-in-cheek here doesn't negate the fact that Chris Murphy seems to be, as George just put it, going down this well of like, what more could I possibly say to get me attention? And he gets all the online attention. I don't know if you do X or Twitter or any of those things, Frank? Is that that's not your bag, right?
Nah, once in a blue moon.
Okay.
I get somebody else to do
Well,
it.
let me tell you this. I will go onto his page. He's got 1 million followers. Whether or not they're real or not, who cares? But I go onto his page. I refuse to follow him because he always sends me something anyway. So I will go on his page and I will view the stuff that he posts and the responses to them. There is not one person on that page where he posted this comment today, not one person who is on that page commenting going, go Chris Murphy or yay. It is always, everyone is like, what is wrong with you?
Well, he lost everything in life. He lost his wife. He lost his kids. He lost his house. He was living in his mother and father's garage.
No, he wasn't.
Yes, he was.
Stop.
Yes, he was.
Please.
No, he was. He lost everything, Reese. I'm telling you.
He wasn't. Please don't tell me he was living in his folks' garage. When?
Well, that's for a little while, anyways. He lost everything. Listen, when a man loses, you seem to have this.
Oh no! No. With my last divorce, before this marriage, I got sober. That's how bad it was, dude. You kidding me? I got sober.
Yeah, well, maybe if you were sober, you never would have got married. Oh, one more other thing about yesterday. What that woman, Gina, I don't know the woman, but to me, it comes down to, I understand why Mark gets upset. To me, it comes down to two things.
Yeah.
Either she's not the brightest bulb or she's a con artist. How could you give out checks with no money in the account? That's number one. And second, she had a fire with no insurance. It doesn't make any sense.
You know what? This is the part that no one seems like, no one's giving me credit for saying this. Right to her face, I said, your team is garbage. I'm sorry. I said it. The team is garbage because they did not protect the brand. And second, I said, you allowed the media to promote you, and the media ended up being your downfall. Because if they build you, they will destroy you because they have got to protect their brand. Because everybody's going to say, yeah, the reason why they're a name is because of you, WFSB, because of you, WTNH. And because they have to protect their brand, she gets into this melee, or she gets into this situation, and then it's all bets are off. Destroy her. And I'm not suggesting that she didn't make any of these mistakes, but she's trying to figure out. She's like, I've been in business for 9 years. Where is all this coming from? And it's like, all you had to do was make one mistake. All you had to do was to cross one wrong person, and everything that they built up for you, because that's what they did, everything they built up for you came crumbling down because you weren't controlling the message, even if you were wrong.
Well, you know better than anybody. You don't ever have to give. I've never given a bad check. It can't bounce because I have overdraft protection.
Well, that's, again, another thing. If your team isn't protecting you, your team isn't protecting you, or they won't, for that matter. And
She married this woman?
No, she is not married. Not that I know.
She's probably divorced.
I don't know if it's a divorce, but I know that there was a split. There was somebody she was with for a long time. I think that was the Zach guy she didn't want to talk about. But they had been together, from what I gather, I think they were together for about 13 years. So they've been together for, I think, even
Lucky
in high
for
school.
him, he got out of there just before the work case.
Get out of here, man. Thank you.
All right.
You got it. Peter is in Canton. How we doing, big guy?
How you doing, Reese?
What's up?
Not too much. Just calling to say hey, and thank you for a wonderful radio show.
Thank you, my friend. I really appreciate you. You have a wonderful weekend. You hear me?
You too, Reese.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate you.
Bye.
You got it. Bye-bye. Poet Laureate is in the house. What's going on, sir?
Hey, couple quick things.
Yeah.
Paying the bills. I'm thinking 3 sponsors. Awaken Weight Loss 180, right? You're a little overweight.
Nah, you know.
Tom Shattuck.
I'm 242 at this point. Yeah, so yeah, I'm a little punchy.
So you want to rope them in? My Pillow, of course, we discussed that. And Berna, the pepper spray. I'm thinking of getting one of those.
You know what? Wait a minute. Berna, hold on. Berna is that company that's got the they've got the it looks like a gun, but it shoots like a pellet that leaves the assailant debilitated for like 30 minutes.
I mean, it's serious. I hear everyone.
Yeah,
bitching.
everyone's talking about it. Yeah, I think I like that too. I just realized I got to take a break. Thank you, boss man. Get real quick. Did you?
Okay. The other thing was, the word for the day is insurrectionize. That's what Chris Murphy is doing.
Yes.
He's calling like we're rising up. Where's HUAC, House on Un-American Activities Committee, when we need them?
Exactly.
Right,
you got it, sir. Thank you. I think people are going to respond to that. I think people are going to put a press release together and tell Chris Murphy, stand down, get some help, take a breather. We'll be back. More news, more views. We got weather and traffic coming up with Mark Christopher. It's Reese on the Radio.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility, he knows keeping the line up and running is a top priority. That's why he chooses Grainger. Because when a drive belt gets damaged, Grainger makes it easy to find the exact specs for the replacement product he needs. And next-day delivery helps ensure he'll have everything in place and running like clockwork. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
What are you doing this Thanksgiving morning? Join the fun with thousands of others for the 89th running of the Manchester Road Race. Whether you run or walk, you'll be part of one of the greatest sports traditions in Connecticut. You can register now at manchesterroadrace.com. And please keep in mind that net proceeds from the Manchester Road Race go to local food charities. So if you run or walk but don't register, the charities lose. Please register today at manchesterroadrace.com.
When it comes to affordable term life insurance, everyone's whistling the Big Lou tune. If you're over 50, maybe a bit porky, or have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost about $200 a month. Even if you're not in perfect health, call Big Lou, because he specializes in finding big chunks of affordable term life insurance for just about everyone. Don't let diabetes or other health glitches keep you from owning $500,000 to $1 million or more of term life insurance. For affordable term life insurance, call Big Lou. Don't hesitate. Call 800-700-6898, 800-700-6898, or visit biglou.com.
Call Big Lou, don't hesitate, 800-700-6898. Call Big Lou, don't hesitate, 800-700-6898. Visit biglou.com.
Attention all dog owners. If you have ever listened to the radio or TV for any length of time, you've probably heard of America's #1 dog supplement, Rough Greens. Greetings, naturopathic Dr. Dennis Black, Amazon best-selling author and founder of Rough Greens here. And if your dog suffers from bad breath, itchy skin, licking paws, joint pain, or low energy, the truth is their food is probably to blame. You see, all commercial dog food is dead food. That's why I created Rough Greens. One daily scoop gives your pup the live vitamins, omega oils, probiotics, and enzymes that will bring their food back to life. Don't believe me? Let your dog try it before you buy it. I'll send you a free Jumpstart trial bag, risk-free. You just cover the shipping. Go to roughgreens.com. That's RUFFgreens.com. Use discount code NEWS. Don't wait. Give your dog the gift of vibrant health. Order now. It'll be at your house in a few days. Go to roughgreens.com. That's RUFFgreens.com. Discount code NEWS for your free Jumpstart trial bag today. Rough Green. We make any dog food better.
It's Reese on the Radio on NewsTalk 1080 WTIC.
All right, coming up on weather and traffic in a moment. We'll do that, and then we've got Jason Jakubowski, who is the CEO of Connecticut Food Share. He'll be on the program in a little bit. The thing that I never seem to understand is, like, you know, just I know things have happened to men over the years. And, you know, the word that I use is the P word. So when I'm on the radio, I have to call it the wussification of men. And I wish some men would recognize it. Like hardcore men would like real men would recognize it. But I know that men have been so weakened, raised by their mother, taking on their personality. When I see men whine about certain things, like it doesn't upset me. It makes me sad that the testosterone level in some men has just gone away. It just has. It's kind of embarrassing just to watch that. I look at them. These are like the people I don't want to be around. Like these are the kind of guys who, you know, who probably like badminton. You know? They probably think makeup is fine. You know, that just deep down, they just, you know, just in their heart of hearts, they wish they had a vagina. I really do. I think they think that they have gotten in touch with their feminine side, and they just hate men and manliness. And it's sad to watch. And then at the same time, pretending to be, because when they're expressing what they think is intelligence, when they're focusing so much on it, I'm so smart. The only thing they ever expose is that they're just bitter and upset, and they're whiny, just very whiny. When I see them write things in the chat room, it's just very whiny. You know, we're talking about Chris Murphy and his mental health. And we're saying that the man may become unhinged, and because he is being ignored, he may do something. If he doesn't harm himself, he may harm someone else. And I would like him to sit down and take a minute. It's okay. He's having a moment of, you know, reflection. He should have a moment of reflection, I should say. And what do I get from these weak-kneed, wussified boys? Well, what about Trump? Don't you care about Chris Murphy? In your sensitive, wussified self, don't you care about your other homosexual mate? This whiny man who wants all the attention? Maybe that's the problem. Maybe you identify with Chris Murphy because deep down, you know, you guys have given away the nads. That's all I'm saying. Just be a man. Or just, you know, go in the ladies' room. You know, seriously. Let's get a first check of weather and traffic. Mark Christopher, he's in the BPS Traffic Center.
Well, I get to follow that. Thank you. Telling the guy to wear a dress or stop wearing a dress, and I got to follow that. I love you, brother. Hey, if you're heading into Hartford right now, 91 southbound, you've got delays now approaching 35 down to 33. Look out for an accident there. And again, some slow traffic down by exit 28. If you're traveling on the southbound side of 91, delays approaching 19 in Meriden. Northbound 91 moving well, Cromwell through downtown up into Windsor. Westbound 84 is tied up approaching the Bulkley Bridge out to exit 44 Prospect Oakwood. If you're traveling 84 eastbound, delays 44 Prospect Oakwood into the tunnel. 2 westbound slowing by exit 4, and again from 1D up to the 84 West merge in East Hartford. 291 eastbound is slowing now from I-91 over to the Bissell Bridge. If you're traveling 72 eastbound in New Britain, we have an accident between exit 2 and 1D. The right and center lanes are blocked there. Stay to the left. Looks like delays are back to I-84 eastbound. Behind that, westbound 84 Farmington into New Britain, delays 36 to 33. And if you're heading westbound 84 into Waterbury, got some slow traffic approaching 26 up to the Mixmaster in Waterbury. 84 eastbound's tied up 25A down to the 691 interchange. Traffic and weather together on the 8th WTIC News Talk 1080.
WTIC weather.
Partly sunny for the rest of the afternoon. Temperature up into the low and mid 40s, and then another chilly night for tonight. Partly to mostly cloudy down to 24. Some of the cold spots could get back into the upper teens. And for tomorrow, any sun giving way to some clouds. The high up to 49. There may be a shower out there as we head into tomorrow night. And then we'll turn out mostly sunny on Saturday, the high up to 49. This is meteorologist John Feerick in the WTIC Weather Center.
WTIC is celebrating 100 years on the air and 100 years of serving Connecticut. This is WTIC and WTIC FM HD2 Hartford, an Odyssey station.
It's 4 o'clock. Good afternoon. I'm John Silva, WTIC at 1080 News. We have partly sunny skies out there now. Temperature is 43 degrees. President Trump's firing back Democrats who are urging members of the military to disobey illegal orders. Linda Kenyon has more from the White House.
The Democrats posted a video saying the Trump administration is pitting uniformed military and intelligence professionals against American citizens. On social media, Trump accused them of, quote, seditious behavior from traitors, lock them up, and punishable by death. Kentucky Republican Senator Rand Paul urged caution.
I don't think it's a good idea to talk about jailing your political opponents or hanging them.
President Trump has ordered the National Guard into U.S. cities and strikes against alleged drug smuggling vessels in international waters. Linda Kenyon, CBS News, the White House.
UPS Airlines President Bill Moore responding to the release of the preliminary report today on that deadly crash in Kentucky.
Our hearts continue to be with all those that are affected, and our thoughts and prayers remain with the families.
NTSB report showed the plane that crashed and killed 14 had cracks in the mount that keeps the engine attached to the plane. Still doesn't reveal the exact cause of the crash, which could take as long as a year to determine. Thousands of New Haven public school students were targets of an elaborate phishing attack on Wednesday. And according to school officials, they say some 10,000 bogus emails went out attempting to swipe personal banking information. Half the students received the email and about 1,000 were opened. This student named Shakabe tells WFSB he was not hit this time, but once lost over $7,000 in a similar scam.
It happened once. Just once, it wasn't that much, but I learned from my mistakes. It's crazy.
The school system says the IT department's working to get rid of the emails from inboxes. They advise not opening any email that looks even the slightest bit suspicious, including those requesting banking or other personal info. Former New Britain mayor and Republican gubernatorial candidate Aaron Stewart is sure to criticize the Democratic incumbent in about an hour when she formally kicks off her campaign at New Britain Stadium. Here's WTIC's Dave Mager.
At a January event announcing she was exploring a run, Stewart was asked what she would do differently than two-term Governor Ned Lamont. She said, everything.
We know that Connecticut is stuck in neutral. More likely, we're in a decline.
1 week into the new administration, it was already apparent new President Trump was planning to cut billions of dollars in services Connecticut residents depend on. Without getting specific, she made it clear she stood with him.
I voted for him 3 times, and I'm happy to say that I did.
Another Republican running for governor, State Senator Ryan Fazio, welcomed Stewart to the race this week, saying he looks forward to a constructive discussion. Dave Mager, WTIC 1080 News.
State Office of Policy and Management Secretary Jeffrey Beckham is stepping down. His departure is effective December 5th. Governor Lamont is nominating Beckham to be a Superior Court judge. Beckham took over during the throes of the pandemic. He says he and his team navigated through a variety of obstacles.
Tax relief, historic investments in health and human services and in education, and at the same time paying down our long-term liabilities.
Lamont has tapped Josh Wojcik to be the interim OPM secretary. The governor will forward Wojcik's nomination to the General Assembly when it reconvenes in February. And the Red Sox have signed catcher Connor Wong to a 1-year contract worth about $1.3 million. The 29-year-old hit 190 in 63 games last season. Did see time at first, second, and third in the outfield as well, in addition to 52 starts behind the plate. On Wall Street, the market's trending downward. The Dow off 386 points, NASDAQ down 486, and the S&P down 103. I'm John Silva, WTIC 1080 News.
If you're one of the millions of Americans behind on your taxes, if you're afraid to open your mail because IRS collection letters could be coming, listen carefully. The IRS is cracking down, taking paychecks, freezing bank accounts, revoking passports. That's a fact. But here's what most people don't know. There are official tax relief programs designed to help struggling taxpayers. Programs that could save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief. Optima's award-winning team will fight to protect your paycheck, your passport, and your property. Their tax attorneys and licensed tax professionals will work tirelessly to get you the best deal possible with the IRS. Every day, penalties and interest keep piling up, so don't wait. Call Optima now for a free consultation.
Call 800-354-2840. 800-354-2840. 800-354-2840.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
It's Reese on the radio. And don't say we didn't warn you on NewsTalk 1080 WTIC.
I got to put their sponsorship on the thing over here so, they can have a spinning logo or something. You know the drill.
Savory, flavory, bagel, deli, and bakery. Between rounds.
And today's winner is Allison S. and Hebron. She is the recipient of a dozen bagels a month for 6 months, courtesy of Between Rounds, the Bagel Bakery and Sandwich Cafe, located in Manchester, in Vernon, and in South Windsor. Jeff Puya was just here, came by to say hi. He was doing something else at another station, I think. And he always comes by to just say hello. We love them over there. If you want an opportunity to win, you got to go to reeseontheradio.com. That's REESE on the radio.com. In order to enter, you can enter as many times as you want, but you cannot have won within the last 6 months from today, and you must live in the state of Connecticut. Make sure you put in your telephone number and, of course, your date of birth. We must have your date of birth. Also, because, you know, our next guest is with the Connecticut Food Share, Becca, by the Becca, at Between Rounds, and that is, I got to get that right, bacon, egg, cheese, chipotle mayo from Hellman's, and an avocado, which is called the Becca. And if you buy a Becca, 50 cents of that goes to our guest today at the Connecticut Food Share. So help out. You can also eat as well. So you buy the Becca, 50 cents goes to Food Share. That's how you can help. Speaking of which, we'll talk to Jason, and we'll find out ways that you can help, or even if there's an opportunity to volunteer, because I know a lot of people are thinking about doing that for Christmas and for the holidays, and we'll see whether or not you can. We'll get to all of that as well, so stand by for it. I was saying earlier, I'm not trying to be mean to men who are very sensitive. I get that you're sensitive, but it's just whiny, just in certain spaces. I've got a problem. There are two types of people that I'm uncomfortable around. I'm afraid of midgets or short people. You know, the Oompa Loompas did something to me when I was a kid. Okay, it's a story. I'll get into it at some time. And less masculine men who are very sensitive and always whine and cry, have anxiety issues. It's just me around me. You can exist, but just not around me. I'm uncomfortable. I get the skeevies. Just not. I'm sorry. I apologize. Let's get another check of weather and traffic with Mark Christopher in the BPS traffic center. I'm sorry I did it to you again. I apologize.
That's all right. I'm just taking it all in. I'm trying not to say anything. Hey, if you're heading into the Hartford area right now and you are traveling on 72 eastbound, we have an accident between exit 2 and 1D. The right and center lanes are blocked there. Want to stay to the left, delays are back to 84 eastbound behind that. Now, if you're traveling 84 eastbound into Hartford on the eastbound side of 84, you got delays from 44 Prospect Oakwood into the tunnel. Westbound 84 is tied up approaching the Bulkley Bridge in East Hartford out to 45 Flatbush Avenue. Southbound 91, look for delays from exit 36 down to 33. Northbound 91, that's a little slow as you move up between exit 20 and 21, Middletown Cromwell. After that, a good ride into Hartford. 291 eastbound, slowing I-91 over to the Bissell Bridge. If you're heading on 691 eastbound, looks like an accident just prior to the 91 north and south ramps. So that's got you backed up behind that. 84 eastbound in Cheshire, slowing 25A down to the 691 interchange. Westbound 84 in Cheshire, slowing 26 up to 25 in Waterbury. Traffic and weather together on the 8th WTIC News Talk 1080.
WTIC weather.
Well, we have a mostly clear sky out there right now, but some more clouds will roll in as we head through the night tonight. We'll dip back to 24, so a cold night once again. Then tomorrow, any sun will give way to clouds. Won't be as chilly. We'll top out in the upper 40s to near 50. We could see a couple of showers then roll through the region tomorrow night. Behind that, we'll see the return of some sunshine on Saturday up to 49, and the sun should stay with us again as we head into Sunday. Right now it's 45 in New Britain, 44 in Farmington, and it's 43 in Hartford. This is meteorologist John Feerick in the WTIC Weather Center.
For quality vinyl siding, the Peter L. Brown Company is your best choice. Let us show you the difference a beautifully installed Peter L. Brown vinyl siding job can make. Please visit peterlbrown.com for roofing, siding, windows, and doors.
Hey, how'd you get your water heater fixed so fast?
Ayala Home Services, same-day plumbing. I gave them a call, and they had a plumber on their way. They even sent the plumber's real-time location, so I knew when they would be here.
Did you say same day? That's crazy.
If you need same-day plumbing, call, click, or text today and say hello, ALO, call for details. Licensed for safety, HIC 628926, P10277688, S10413487, D10401465, S3308699, SM3004646, E1185643.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Cunahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions and bring you a special Black Friday offer.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have Leaf Filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/deal. And now, as a special Black Friday offer, you can get a free gutter inspection, plus up to 35% off. This is our best offer of the season. Unlock it now at leaffilter.com/deal. See representative for warranty details.
It's Reese on the Radio on NewsTalk 1080 WTIC.
All right, we are back, and our guest is on the phone because he couldn't be in the house because he lives too far away, and he don't like to drive far. None other than Jason Jakubowski is in the building, at least on the phone for that matter. Let me put your photograph up here because, of course, people can watch you online. Jason, thank you so much for doing the show today, man. I appreciate you.
Oh, Reese, happy to be on with you. Happy to be on with you.
Now, listen, let's get the
I'm always amazed. I'm always, by the way, anytime I come on TICAM and hear Mark the Shark doing the traffic, it amazes me, and it shows you how old I am that Mark the Shark actually DJ'd my high school senior prom, if you can believe that.
Yeah, he talks about all the old school stuff that he used to do. I would tell people all the time, dude, stop telling people how old you are. You know?
And that does mean he's older than me, by the way.
No, I understand that, but Mark will tell you. Mark one day told us a story about how he DJs the dinosaurs graduation. It was before the comet hit. Jason, thank you so much again for being here. I got to get some things out of the way first, if they're personal to me. I wanted you in studio because I told your assistant, or I think it was your communications folks, that if you came into the studio, the first thing I was going to do is give you a hug because you need it and I need it, and I think we need a huge embrace as men because both of us have the daunting mission of being Jets fans. And
it's not easy. Oh, Reese, it's not. It builds character. I'll say that. You know this. We both have a lot of character. That's for sure.
That character isn't good for me, sir. I don't know.
It puts a lot of things into perspective. That's. It's a difficult existence. It's a very difficult existence, and I'm gonna until Woody Johnson sells that team. I don't think we're going anywhere.
You and I are in the same boat. I can't wait. I couldn't believe it when he bought it, and I'm so happy he's about to sell it. Yeah.
He's the worst owner in all of sports, and I believe that.
Really? 110%. Worse than Dan Snyder?
Worse than Snyder, worse than James Dolan. He's the worst because he's just incapable of surrounding it. He thinks he's the smartest person in the room. That's the problem.
Yeah, agreed.
So,
totally agreed. But
terrible.
I believe that you and I, the reason why we are in the charitable business is because we are Jet fans. We know what it's like to be downtrodden, so we want to help as much as we can.
Amen. Absolutely. We all we do is we want to help people because that's what we need every single Sunday. So.
Exactly. So you're the director and CEO. I'm sorry, you're the president and CEO of Connecticut Food Share.
CEO. Yep.
And the Connecticut Food Share started in 1982, and you took over when?
8 years ago. I was only 5 in 1982, so I can't. I can't. Maybe Mark the Shark was in charge.
Yeah, there you go. He DJ'd the opening.
But I've been here. I've been here 8 years. I'm a Connecticut guy, born and raised in Connecticut. Spent my whole life in Connecticut. Married to a Connecticut girl. I got 5 kids. Raising my 5 kids here in Connecticut. And, these last 8 years have just been amazing because what you realize is the generosity of the people of Connecticut. We're not Connecticut Food Share. We're the food bank. We serve the entire state of Connecticut.
Right.
We have 600 local pantries. We have 110 different mobile sites across the state.
Wow.
But we are not a way of life for people. We are here to help people in really difficult times, and there's a lot that happens a lot here in Connecticut. People don't always see it because they think that we're one of the wealthiest states in the country, but there's a lot of families that are hurting, and our job is again not to maintain a way of life for that. We're not a permanent solution, but we're here to help people. And we do it with the support of individuals across the state. We are 95% privately funded. About less than 5% is government funding. We do what we do because of the generosity of people and corporations here in the state of Connecticut. It's neighbors helping neighbors. It really is.
You talk about the fact that, you are not a lifestyle in the sense, but because you understand the need, as wealthy as Connecticut may be, we do have a working poor in the state to the tune of, and I looked this up not too long ago, I keep this stat on my hip, to the tune of 350,000 residents that live. Many of them, because I look at places like who I'm, you know them as well. I'm very involved with Friendly Hands Food Bank. When I hear that their numbers are moving up from, I think when we first started talking, she was at 12,000 families. Now she's up to somewhere near like 25,000 families that she served. When I see those numbers growing, it's not so much that those people are growing or the poverty numbers are growing. It's just that as a system of poverty, and that's what it is, people fluctuate. So the same families you get last year may be on their feet this year, but other families fall into the cracks and in greater numbers. And that's what causes that number to go up. So you never know. Like, it is the most impossible stat to keep as a food share or a food program for people who are in need. Talk to me a little bit, Jason, if you can, about some of the people who have contributed to Connecticut Food Share. Who's, not that we're sort of promoting what they do as a business, but who are the people who are the partners here who are always consistent in helping Connecticut Food Share and feed those who are in need?
Well, first of all, on the, we could talk about the revenue side. The most important partners we have are the 600 local pantries.
Right.
Because they are the ones that are distributing food out there every day. You mentioned Friendly Hands. They are a terrific one of our partners. They basically cover, they're our largest partner in the northwest corner of Connecticut. And they do a terrific job. But in terms of the folks helping us on the, to gain revenue.
Right.
First of all, the grocery stores in Connecticut.
Wow.
70% of our food is donated by the grocery industry in Connecticut. Stop and Shop is our our largest donor in terms of both money and in terms of food. But, we got Big Y, ShopRite, Costco, all of the grocery stores they're the backbone of our food supply. So that's important. And when it comes to money, again, the grocery stores.
I want to get into money. I don't want to interrupt. I apologize, but I don't want to get into money yet. There's a reason why I structured the question that way, because you said Big Y, Stop and Shop, things like that are helping. So many people, what I'm trying to do is sort of like dispel some misconceptions about these organizations. And what many people believe or have thought is that there is wasted food. Like, what do people do with that food? Is it being wasted? If people are, in essence, down on their luck, they have an overstock at those places, those are the reasons. Like, do they actually get a inventory with the consideration that they'll be helping Connecticut Food Share? Or, like, does it fluctuate, or do they set out to make sure that you guys are contributed to? I guess that's my question.
Well, they're like any other business. They think they're going to sell a certain amount of product.
Right.
If they're off, and things go up, things go down. If they're off and they have extra product, they always donate that product to us here at the food bank. And I hear the same thing that you do. I mean, people always say, "Oh, there's so much waste. There's so much waste." I have no complaints about the grocery stores here in Connecticut. They do a great job in terms of taking their edible product that they can't sell and bringing it over to us. The one thing, I hear often from a lot of folks, and I understand the environmental piece of it, but people will say, well, anything is edible. I don't buy that. I mean, just because somebody's poor and somebody's struggling doesn't mean that they don't deserve quality produce.
Correct.
And these stores are great. They're not giving us junk. They're giving us stuff that they would eat themselves. And I always say that my golden rule is I don't want to put anything on our trucks that I wouldn't serve to my own family. So the grocery stores are really they're very generous. And they're great about helping us.
How are you doing in the perishable space? Something I noticed that my wife and we went to one of the the opening of the Friendly Hands, and in the center,
beautiful new facility.
Yeah, it is great, isn't it?
Beautiful new facility.
Beautiful.
So
we were there. Was the first family started going through and getting groceries. We noticed something that really kind of didn't sit well with us. We were trying to understand it. We didn't want to make an assumption about what it was. But I'd like to ask you, because you run the largest food share program. Yep. What's the deal with the lack of families collecting produce? Is that an issue for you? Does that end up getting waste? Because a lot of people we see at supermarkets say that those perishable items, those produce, is one of the things that they lose the most on. Do those folks give that to you as a food share? And how is that moving inside food share?
Yeah, we get a lot of produce. We also purchase a lot of produce. Produce is one of the probably one of the most sought after items that we have. Produce and meat are probably the two things that people get most excited about when we have. Here's the problem with produce and meat, though, and it's a logistical issue because it requires refrigeration.
Right.
And I'll use Friendly Hands as a perfect example because they were, I don't know if you ever saw their old facility.
Yes, I did.
It was, very cramped, very small. It was in the middle of a neighborhood. Their problem was they could only take so much produce from us.
Right.
They could only accept so much produce because they had these very small refrigerators.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things that they've been able to accomplish by expanding is they're now able to take more produce, more meat, more dairy.
Love those fridges in the back, man. I saw every one of those things, man. And I even walked into a couple of those walk-in freezers. I'm so happy that they were able to get those.
But it took years. But that took years to be able to accomplish. We have 600 pantries across the state. Many of them are very tiny pantries that are just using a regular refrigerator, like you or I would have in our
home,
kitchen. You can only take as much as what you could store. We're at capacity at our headquarters in Wallingford, and actually, we received a grant from the U.S. Congress to double the size of our refrigeration and our freezer space so we could take more. The more we could take, the more we can give out to the pantries, the more the individuals are able to take. So it's more of a logistics thing than anything else because those products have to be refrigerated, have to be frozen, et cetera. But like right now for Thanksgiving, we're distributing 40,000 frozen turkeys across the state. But we're also doing, we got some sides. We got some potatoes, some sweet potatoes, some onions, stuff that people want to put with it. So our mobile trucks too, we have a lot of produce on those as a way to try to give those directly to individuals in areas in which, there might not be a lot.
But
of
families are taking the produce, right? Like they are. It was just a personal concern of mine.
I mean, look. There's some that aren't. I mean, there are some that aren't. But I mean, by and large, we do not have a problem moving our produce.
I just did
in general.
I'm going to keep you on for a little bit more because I have so much more to get to and I know we're running short, but I'm trying to get a bunch of things in. You wanted to talk about financially. Did you want to discuss some of the people who are helping Food Share financially? Are there regular sponsors that help out the organization?
Of course, yeah. No, I mean, again, Stop and Shop is a major donor of ours. Bank of America just made a $100,000 donation. ONG Industries, based in Torrington, just made us a $25,000 donation yesterday. Jordan's Furniture just gave us 300 turkeys today, and of course, the Hartford Yard Goats are great partners of ours. We raise about $500,000 every year at our walk in the park at the Yard Goats. So, just off the top of my head, those are some of the.
No, that's fantastic. You guys are doing gangbusters because you guys need the support. What's some of the things that, because we get a lot of people who are looking for things to do. They help us out. We do a Salvation Army holiday store. People donate like crazy. They're so giving here in Connecticut.
Great.
What are some of the ways that people can contribute, if not financially? Can they, dedicate some time personally? Are there opportunities like that for them?
Absolutely. Like, volunteers are the backbone of everything that we do. We have 120 employees, and they're wonderful. But we have 6,700 volunteers every single year. It's the equivalent of me hiring another 23 full-time staff members.
Wow.
And, I'm a nonprofit. I don't have the money to hire another 23. So we rely on our volunteers. People can go to ctfoodshare.org and sign up for a shift both during the holidays and then, even after the holidays, if they want to sort food, if they want to hand out food. We can't do what we do without our volunteers. So some people come to us and say, I want to donate money. I'm not comfortable volunteering. Other people come to us and say, I don't have any money, but I want to give you my time. We appreciate that, and we honestly, we couldn't live without it. We need those volunteers.
Yeah, that was one of the things that actually happened at the Friendly Hands when we were there. People were coming to see me, and they were standing around and were like, hey, is there a way for me to like sort of help out? And they were they received those people so like immediate. They're just like, yeah, let me get you a lanyard, man. And so I knew that you folks were doing that. Instead of keeping you, I do want to ask you one last question, and I'll let you go. I promise.
Of course.
By the way, we're talking to Jason Jakubowski of Connecticut Food Share. Have we remedied this situation with the license plate yet? Do you know what I'm talking about?
With the pizza license plate?
Yes. Did we remedy this yet?
I mean, people are still getting the pizza license plate. They are still getting it. I mean,
Can we get the governor to give you guys a slice? See what I did there?
A slice. I like what you did there. That was good, Reese. I like that. That was a good one.
Shouldn't there be something going to Connecticut Food Share with that?
I completely agree. We're talking. I think we'd like to get something in the next legislative session. We've had conversations with a couple of legislators. We've talked to the commissioner at the DMV. That would be nice. It would definitely be nice. I'm with you. I'm with you 100%.
Thank you. And I'm going to fight.
We need a slice.
That's right. Let's get a slice for the Connecticut Food Share. Jason Jakubowski, CEO of the Connecticut Food Share. Thank you so much, sir. I really appreciate your time today.
Reese, great talking to you. Go Jets this weekend.
Yeah, all right. I have my doubts. I'm rooting for you, sir. I'm rooting for you.
Thank you. That's a better bet than the Jets anyway.
Exactly, without a doubt. Thank you, Jason. Let's get another check of weather and traffic. Mark Christopher's in the BPS Traffic Center. Hey, Mark.
All right, Reese, thank you very much. Well, if you're heading into Hartford right now, 91 southbound, look for delays from 36 in Windsor down to exit 33 in Hartford. We had an accident between 34 and 33. Believe that has cleared from the right lane. Now, if you're south of downtown, slowing by 28, again sluggish 20 in Middletown, down to exit 17 for the Wilbur-Cross Parkway. Northbound 91's fine, just a little slow up by 33 Jennings Road in Hartford. Westbound 84 is slowing just after 56 out to exit 46 Sisson Avenue in Hartford. 84 eastbound tied up 44 Prospect Oakwood to the Bulkley Bridge, again slowing 58 out to 59 into 384 interchange. Westbound 84 in New Britain, you got slow traffic 36 to 33 in the 72 interchange in Plainville. If you are traveling 691 eastbound, look out for an accident by exit 1B. The left lane's blocked there. Delays are back to 2B, only the right shoulder getting by there. Westbound 84 tied up 691 interchange up to exit 25 in Cheshire. 84 eastbound Waterbury delays 17 to the Mixmaster, again 26 down in toward the 691 interchange. Southbound 91 New Haven slowing from 8 down in toward the 95 interchange. Traffic and weather together on the 8's WTIC News Talk 1080.
Brought to you by NJM Insurance Group.
Why is NJM Insurance silent in an industry full of catchy jingles? And how do they do what's right when things go wrong? Tune in to Baffling Mysteries to find out.
This fictional podcast is brought to you by NJM. No jingles or mascots, just great insurance. Insurance underwritten by NJM Insurance Company and its subsidiaries.
WTIC weather.
Another chilly night for tonight. Partly to mostly cloudy down to 24. Some of the cold spots could get back into the upper teens. And for tomorrow, any sun giving way to some clouds. The high up to 49. There may be a shower out there as we head into tomorrow night. And then we'll turn out mostly sunny on Saturday, the high up to 49. This is meteorologist John Feerick in the WTIC Weather Center.
And now, a WTIC news update.
4:30, 39 degrees in Hartford. I'm John Silva. State police say a pedestrian was struck 4 times on I-95 in Stamford Wednesday morning. 3 of those vehicles fled the scene. The victim was in the right lane northbound near exit 6 when they were first struck. Anyone with any information is being asked to contact Troop G of the state police. Trump administration proposing new oil drilling off the California and Florida coasts for the first time in decades, as the president seeks to expand U.S. oil production. A plan proposed by the Interior Department would open up new drilling on federal waters off California and off the coast of Florida for the first time in decades. Investigators looking into a phishing attack on students in the New Haven public school system. 10,000 bogus emails were sent out seeking banking info on Wednesday. About 1,000 were opened. The concern is if anyone opened any links, the school system is advising students to delete suspicious emails. Governor Lamont has tapped Josh Wojcik to head the State Office of Policy and Management. He will succeed Jeffrey Beckham, who is expected to be nominated to the Superior Court bench. Wojcik's nomination will be considered when the General Assembly reconvenes in February. Remembrances for former President Dick Cheney today. Cheney's funeral was held at the Washington National Cathedral, attended by former presidents and vice presidents. He died earlier this month at the age of 84. And employers added a number of jobs, a solid number that is, 119,000 in September. Labor Department also said today the unemployment rate rose from 4.4 to 4.4 from 4.3% in August. On Wall Street this afternoon, the markets finished the day in negative territory. The Dow lost 386 points. NASDAQ was down 486, and the S&P down 103 points. For these stories and more, go to WTIC.com. I'm John Silva, WTIC 1080 News.
More than a few of our patients have talked to me about their first time, but it's not the first time you're probably thinking about. It's the first time that ruin the moment. This is Dale for Northeast Men's Health. And if you're over 50, it's likely that you've had that first time yourself. But the good news is that if you're like most men, that first time can be the last time that ED impacts your sex life. At Northeast Men's Health, we're experts in treating ED. We've treated tens of thousands of men using protocols with success rates well over 90%. And those treatments, in most cases, have made sex great again for both them and their partners. You could even find that you're performing like you haven't in years. So if ED has been affecting your intimacy, it's time to make the last time that happens the last time that happens. For just $99, you'll receive blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 800-930-5956. That's 800-930-5956. Or go to northeastmenshealth.com. We have 6 offices across the Northeast to serve you. Northeast Men's Health, a Promedic restorative health practice.
Are you tired of online threats? Then get an antivirus. It's the only online protection you will ever need.
Disclaimer, an antivirus is just half protection online. It will not protect you from snoopers or encrypt your online traffic. So this Black Friday, get better online protection with NordVPN. NordVPN will encrypt your traffic, protect you from malware and phishing, and stop annoying ads. Get the NordVPN Black Friday deal with 73% off and enjoy 3 extra months.
At Audion Hearing, our mission is simple: to make better hearing affordable for everyone. This Black Friday, enjoy exclusive savings on our high-quality rechargeable hearing aids. Clear, comfortable, and ready to use right out of the box. And here's a study worth hearing. Research shows that wearing hearing aids can reduce your risk of dementia by up to 61%. Join over 1 million happy customers and shop Black Friday deals before they're gone at audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
Stay locked in. Reese on the Radio is on WTIC News Talk 1080.
I hate it when I get all the way wrapped up in something during the commercial breaks. Not like I don't do this every day and know exactly what have to be done. What has to be done, and I just keep forgetting. Thank you again, Jason Jakubowski, Connecticut Food Share. And I knew they were going to be working on getting a piece of that license plate money. It just didn't make sense. No, put it on their website. You're going to do a whole press conference. Lamont, you don't deserve to be reelected just for that faux pas. That was just absolutely ridiculous. I couldn't even believe that. I just couldn't. And it has to go through a session, a legislative session. Like, whatever. I don't know. And sometimes these people, I don't get it. I just don't. Saturday, I am going to be at the Manchester mini road race. What's it called? Why am I forgetting the name of it? Is it the Little Road Race? Well, the Manchester Road Race is on Thanksgiving. On Saturday, I'm going to, I guess what's called whatever. It's going to be at the Manchester High School, apparently at the cafeteria. That's what it's saying. I thought it was going to be outside, but I guess that people are concerned about the temperature or the weather. They may be doing it, I don't know, inside. But anyway, I'll be there for that. So I'm just going to hang out with Brian. We'll be there. I think we're going to do a half an hour overlap over there. I am not going to run. By the way, hey, speaking of which, I don't know if you knew this, Roland, but guess what I'm doing every morning now? Yes, I am. I am going to the gym, and I'm doing about 2 miles a day, and I actually jog. If I'm not speed walking.
Gotta move those legs, man.
Yeah, I do. And I feel better after I do it. It's weird, but I do it in the morning. And, I put the TV in front of me. Well, not the TV. I put my phone in front of me, and I got a pair of those wireless Beats headphones, and they're noise canceling. So I don't even hear the treadmill. Because, the treadmill makes an annoying sound. Yeah, it's annoying.
Yeah.
So I put those on, and I don't even hear anything. Yeah. And I'm just in there, and I'm just jogging up a storm. I'll tell you one thing that
you gotta start lifting weights too, man.
Yeah, I know, I have to. Yeah, you gotta do that stuff. I keep thinking about it. By the way, in the gym, I look over to the left, and there the weights are, and they're taunting me. I see it every day. They're looking at me.
You can use the machines though. There's that way you don't have to worry about putting the weights on the bench and all that. You just use the machine.
I like the free weights though.
Yeah,
right. I mean, I like them. I almost feel like that's not. I don't know. I couldn't tell you either way. But anyway, I think about that all the time. It's about getting the weight stuff in. It's always taunting me. But I will tell you this. You know what's the worst thing in a gym?
What?
The mirror.
Oh, because, you think you look like something, and then when you look in the mirror, you realize you don't.
And then I realize I look horrible, and I can't stop looking at the damn thing. It's the worst. Let's get another check of weather and traffic. Get off the mirror. Mark Christopher's in the BPS Traffic Center. Mark, do you keep a mirror where you work out?
No. I was out mowing lawns and doing leaves today, and no big mirror.
Yeah, well, that would be...
No big mirror yet. But who knows? I could put one on front of the mower as I'm going along.
I don't
look
want
at myself.
mirror. I am so self-conscious. They put a mirror in the gym. It's the dumbest thing to do that. Your vanity takes the worst of you. You're like, you don't even want to work out anymore.
You know what? I've been called a lot of things, Reese, but I've never been called a narcissist yet. But if I get that mirror, who knows?
Lucky you, because we narcissists over here are addicted. It's like crack over here.
And believe me, when I see myself in the mirror, it's not very pleasant.
Poor guy.
What the hell happened there? Hey, if you're heading into Hartford right now, southbound 91, look for delays from exit 36 down to 32A and B. Again, you're going to see some slow traffic down by exit 28. Again, some slow traffic 20 Country Club Road in Middletown down to exit 17 for the Wilbercross Parkway in Meriden. Northbound 91 is a little slow up by 33 Jennings Road. Westbound 84 tied up 56 Governor Street out to 47 Sigourney. If you're eastbound 84, delays 44 Prospect Oakwood into the tunnel, a little tight again. 58 out to 59 into 384 interchange. Westbound 84 in Farmington slowing 37 to 33. And the 72 interchange, both sides of 9 heavy approaching the Aragoni Bridge in Middletown. And if you're traveling 691 eastbound, that earlier accident by exit 1B has been cleared from the left lane, although you're still seeing delays 2B up to 1B as traffic starts to flow a little bit better through that area. Traffic and weather together on the 8th WTIC News Talk 1080.
WTIC weather.
Partly to mostly cloudy sky for tonight. It's going to be a little bit on the cold side again, down to 24. And for tomorrow, any sun will give way to clouds. It won't be as chilly. We'll top out in the upper 40s to near 50 tomorrow afternoon. And then we could see maybe a shower tomorrow night. A lot of clouds more than anything. We're down to 37. And then we'll turn out mostly sunny on Saturday. A decent afternoon for this time of the year, up to 49. And it looks like the dry weather continues as we head into Sunday. Right now it's 41 in Wallingford, 44 in Middletown, and it's 41 in Hartford. This is meteorologist John Feerick in the WTIC Weather Center.
Columbia Dental has great care close to home. Our state-of-the-art network connects all 12 Connecticut locations, making appointments easy. Plus, our Waterbury office now offers a prosthodontist for specialized care. Schedule your appointment today, 860-645-0111.
Swapping out your tires? There's nothing like it. With eBay, you find the feel you're looking for, from smooth highway rides to grip for rough terrain. Get all the tires you need at the prices you'll love. eBay. Things people love.
Tune in to WTIC News Talk 1080 for Healthy Rounds, Saturday mornings 11 till noon. Learn from the top experts about the latest medical news and call in with your questions. Healthy Rounds, sponsored by Hartford Healthcare, Saturday mornings 11 till noon on WTIC News Talk 1080 and WTIC.com. Thanksgiving morning, it's a Thanksgiving tradition, the Manchester Road Race. And as always, WTIC News Talk 1080 will be live from the course. Brian Shackman will broadcast from Main Street all morning long. Then at 9:45, stay tuned as WTIC broadcast the race live. Find out who wins as the racers cross the finish line. It's the perfect way to kick off your Thanksgiving holiday. The Manchester Road Race on WTIC News Talk 1080, sponsored by Highland Park Market. Nobody does it better.
How did you get your tripping breakers fixed so fast?
ALO Home Services. Same day electrical. I gave them a call and they had a technician on their way. They even sent the technician's real-time location, so I knew when they would be here.
Did you say same day? That's crazy.
If you need same-day electrical, call, click, or text today and say hello, ALO. Call for details. License number HIC 628926, P102776888, S104-13487, D104-01465, S3308699, SM3004646, E1185643.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. Ever wonder why Big Wireless wants you on an unlimited plan? They probably want you to cover the cost of those 20-somethings using all that data every month. But most people 50 and up like me only use 12 gigs or less. Don't get bamboozled by Big Wireless. Switch to Consumer Cellular. Our plans start at just $20, and we use the same towers as the big guys. Join the millions who choose something better, because if you're not using all that data, you're probably getting used.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com/fax or a store near you. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell, definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. Do you feel stupid for buying a timeshare? Don't. It's not your fault. You were most likely told you could rent it, and it was a great financial investment. And the deal was available today only. If this happened to you, contact your resort or Wesley Financial Group for help today.
Call Wesley now for your free exit information kit. 800-242-3131. 800-242-3131.
The NAACP calls him, whoa, I don't think I'm allowed to read this. It's Reese on the Radio. Let's just say some people are not fans. On News Talk 1080, WTIC.
By the way, I've been planning to tell this story for a long time, and then something made me remember it. And I am going to tell you in the next hour, and the 5 o'clock hour, I will tell you the story. You may not know this, Roland, but I have a 6 degrees of separation with a well-known comedian from Saturday Night Live. And I've never told this story outside of my own private life, but I'm going to tell it today. And I have the photographic proof sitting right here in my hand. So you're not going to be able to see it unless you're online, but I'm going to also show it to Roland because it's going to blow his mind afterwards. It happened in 2002, because I had to look it up and I had to remember what year it was. And yes, it was 2002. It was very early in my radio career. And a Saturday Night Live alum and I were, let's just say, we're hanging out. And I got the surprise of my life. And I'll break that down a little bit. Anyway, it's a good story. It's a funny story. And with that, as I said, we already did Wacky Whitey, and it's Thursday. We need to get into the most important subject of the day. You know what it is.
Negro nonsense.
How dare you?
Negro nonsense.
nonsense.
How dare you?
Negro nonsense.
How dare you?
Yes, Negro nonsense, and it wouldn't be complete if it weren't about this bozo. That's right, Texas Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett. You may have heard Jasmine Crockett went down on the floor of Congress and suggested, in trying to protect one of her own, that members of the Republican Party had taken money from none other than dead Jeffrey Epstein.
Also took money from somebody named Jeffrey Epstein, as I had my team dig in very quickly. Mitt Romney, the NRCC, Lee Zeldin, George Bush, Win Red, McCain Palin, Rick Lazio.
Yes, Jasmine Crockett said all of those Republicans took money from Jeffrey Epstein. Now, everybody knew what she was doing and why she was doing it. The objective was to take the heat off of Sandra Plaskett of the Virgin Islands, who everyone knows hasn't even denied, was getting text messages as she was at a congressional hearing questioning Michael Cohen, former lawyer of Donald Trump. She knows, and everybody knows, how embarrassing it is for that to be revealed. So Jasmine Crockett told her team, get me who else he donated to. Make sure it's Republicans. So her crackpot team of bozos, by the way, this is also the reason why I do not have assistants. You don't want to have this happen. You don't want to have this happen. Instead of getting real research done, her bozos went to Google. Google. She was questioned about it by, what's her name? Kristen, whatever her name is. Anyway, she was questioned on CNN about it, and she had the audacity to say this.
You mentioned Lee Zeldin there. He's now a cabinet secretary. He responded and said it was actually Dr. Jeffrey Epstein, who's a doctor that doesn't have any relation to the convicted sex trafficker. Unfortunate for that doctor, but that is who donated to a prior campaign of his. Do you want to correct the record on the people that
Listen, I never said that it was that Jeffrey Epstein, just so that people understand when you make a donation, your picture is not there. And because they decided to spring this on us in real time, I wanted the Republicans to think about what could potentially happen, because I knew that they didn't even try to go through the FEC. So my team, what they did is they Googled, and that is specifically why I said a Jeffrey Epstein. Unlike Republicans, I at least don't go out and just tell lies.
Did she say Jeffrey Epstein? Let's check.
Who also took money from somebody named Jeffrey Epstein.
Took money from somebody named Jeffrey Epstein, not a Jeffrey Epstein. And what would be the purpose of just mentioning the name? During her entire speech, she never said once that maybe you've got the wrong Jeffrey Epstein. Everybody knows that the person that Plaskett was texting was the Jeffrey Epstein, but she doesn't lie. That's Negro nonsense for you. That's so typical. Ralph is on the line. What's up, buddy?
How you doing, Reese? Couple things. First of all, I was watching a doctor, and he said there's a vast shortage of mental health experts in this country. And you want proof of that? Proof of that is Chris Murphy.
Yeah, did you hear his comments about Donald Trump?
I mean, this guy is as stupid and as low as they get. And the only reason he's a senator is he's in Connecticut, and they would probably elect anybody and everybody as long as they had a D in front of their name.
He would get elected in Delaware, too.
Right. But how do you think he'd do in Alabama?
Yeah, no, probably not. I think, listen, I'm begging, I really, really am begging the legislature here in Connecticut, even if it is Republicans, but I think maybe some Democrats should sign on. They should sign the letter and send it to Chris Murphy and say, listen, man, it's the holidays. Sit this one out, and do some reconciliation with the kids, maybe the wife, get together. Just because I would hate to have that guy spending the holidays alone. That's a volatile thing for that guy,
Well, he's got a girlfriend who is...
No, that's over. That's over. Yeah. You talk about the Soros girl? The Soros girl. I looked it up. It turns out they broke up. I don't.
True. I feel bad for him.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, this is.
The reason. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Reese.
No, I'm just going to say that, not that I suspect that was a bad breakup. I'm just saying that, when you're out there and you're flailing and you're not getting attention, you got, the separation of the wife, maybe the girlfriend. That was another, situation when you're breaking up. You're kind of all alone. You're there with your thoughts. Maybe you have 1 or 2 cocktails. You don't like Donald Trump. You start tweeting or doing videos, whatnot, because you're frustrated about every little thing. And you're never getting any traction on the stuff that you put out there. It just kind of leaves you in a wilderness. People get desperate.
Right, but one of the things that bothers me and should bother every American with a brain is watching all these demonstrators in these cities where they're trying to get illegals. These people have no idea, Reese, who these illegals are, what their backgrounds are,
they don't care.
Where they come from.
They don't care. They don't care. They would rather, listen, they would sooner remove January 6 rioters than kick out anyone from El Salvador. That's the way they look at it.
Do you think if they had grandchildren and great-grandchildren that they would let any one of these people babysit for their grandchildren or great-grandchildren?
No. Listen to me. Now, these people are supposed to do the jobs that Americans won't do, like clean your toilets. They don't see these people as people. You know what I'm saying? They don't see these people as human beings. They see them as something to promote their own self-interest. That's all that's about. Thank you, Ralph. I need to get to White Mike in the house. What's up, White Mike?
Man, I had a pretty good day at work. We had a smoked turkey delivery from one of the specialists to pay us back for all the money we give them. Everything was great. And I turn on your show, and I have to hear that abject, ghetto-imitating, code-switching, horsehair. What the hell is on her head? She looks like the singer from the Fifth Element.
Oh, goodness gracious. Why am I forgetting his name now? Chris Tucker. Chris Tucker,
like the one who sang the weird opera. She's got like some...
Oh, that one. Okay, yeah.
Jesus Christ. How is this person a thing, man? Like, how is this person walking around in life, being a congressperson, and acting like that? It's like...
Isn't it an act of desperation on the part of these folks like that? They want to normalize that behavior.
I don't understand. It's like what she's doing is she's doing like if some gay man like George Santos like puts on flouncy gay act.
Yes.
Like she surely doesn't act like this all the time.
No.
Like she acts like the worst possible customer service representative at a government job ever.
Technically, she is customer service in the government, if you really think about it.
And then what she was doing is she was trying to cover up, not for Plaskett, she was trying to cover for her boy Timu Obama.
Yeah.
No Riz Obama, because he legit was begging the Jeffrey Epstein for money. Not a Jeffrey Epstein, the Jeffrey Epstein.
You know, that's an interesting part, dude. The fact that you got caught being referred to as the Brooklyn Barack, I mean, that must have been embarrassing at all. Because in essence, if you think about Hakeem, for the rest of your life, you were always going to be a knockoff.
He's not an attractive human being.
No, he is not.
He is a very ugly man. I mean, he looks like I don't know. You remember in the 80s, Spider-Man had an enemy named Tombstone?
Yes.
Like Lincoln, whatever his name is. He looks like Tombstone without the build or the flat top. He's just this weird, like, gray pallor, and he's got those weird, like, kind of dark gray eyelids. He looks like a corpse.
He does. You know what I'm thinking of? You know what? We should stop calling him. Well, Timu is appropriate because I know what they're trying to say. It's like they're talking about a knockoff Chinese bride. But you know what they need to call him? Forget about Brooklyn Barack. Forget about Timu Barack. I know the exact one. And this is perfect because it captures everything we're trying to say. He must be now called Canal Street Barack.
I got you. Yeah.
Because he looks like something that's knocked off by a Chinese knockoff guy.
It's such an embarrassment, and God dang it, dude! There was some congressman from South Florida here, some Haitian chick with a blonde weave, got caught stealing $5 million from FEMA funds.
Yeah, and she actually just resigned from the committee which again is a telltale sign that she's up a creek.
Did you see what committee she was chair of or co-chair? It was the Committee on the Relations for North Africa and Morocco or something.
Yeah.
And nothing about her says expert in anything except where to get an extensive weave. She's not qualified to talk about international politics. That woman's got ghetto trash.
I didn't even know who she was. When I first saw it, I was like, she must be a local politician. I was like, no, she's actually a I'm like, wow.
Dude, again, you don't vote for any politician who wears any kind of hairpiece, male or female, because it speaks to a severe lack of confidence. You don't do that. You don't vote for people having weaves. You don't vote for dudes wearing toupes because they are too concerned about how they look. They're not doing other stuff. And
Good
that woman
point.
was spending way too much money on her hair and stuff. Crazy. Too much. It's a time. Like, I don't want you to have a 6-hour weave appointment every 3 weeks. I want you doing stuff for the country. Get to work.
I'm done with you. God bless you, man. Bye. It was absolutely a mess. It is an absolute mess. Let me go to Walt real quick. How you doing, Walt?
Hey, Reese. How you doing? Love your show, man.
Thank you, man.
Hey, I saw on the news this morning they were talking about the favorability because of the economy, and all I could think about is all these people that are complaining that the prices are too high are the same ones that voted for global warming. They voted for taking care of every illegal immigrant that comes over the border.
Correct.
Every sex change.
Correct.
I don't really care if you're going to complain because you were the ones that voted for this stuff.
Yeah, isn't it interesting? You're right on point. Here's the deal. When we were going to spend our money raising the price on everything for everyone else, no one cared about their own personal interest, right? Whether or not their food prices go up, whether or not the price of cars went up or the price of homes went up. If home sales went down, they didn't care about anything because we were taking care of those who were less, less or more needy. Now, all of a sudden, Trump gets in, and everybody wants to become a capitalist. Hey, when are you going to lower the prices of eggs and milk for me? It's insane. It's absolutely insane.
Yeah, and how many trillions did we go pay for global warming, and has it made any difference?
Absolutely not. In fact, it turns out that have always been net zero when it comes to global greenhouse gases, while other countries have been skyrocketing. So there you go with that. Walt, I got to take a break, but thank you, boss man. I will talk to you soon. You got it. Let's get another check of traffic and weather. Our good friend Mark Christopher's in the BPS Traffic Center. Hey, Mark.
Hey, Reese, thank you very much. And if you are traveling into the Hartford area right now, some pretty heavy traffic this afternoon. This traffic report being brought to you by Amplify CT. And if you're making your way 91 southbound in Windsor, you're going to see slow traffic from exit 37 down to 32 A and B. Look out for an accident southbound 91 in Windsor between 36 and 35 in the HOV lane, so you got to swing around that. Again, you're slowing approaching 27 to 28 and more delays approaching 19 in Meriden down to 17 for the Wilbur-Cross Parkway. Westbound side of 84 slowing approaching the Bothie Bridge out to 45 Flatbush. 84 eastbound, you're tied up about a mile before 46 Sisson Avenue into the tunnel. 2 eastbound slowing off of I-84 out to exit 3. 2 westbound slowing 1D up to the 84 West merge. 3 southbound is slowing from Route 2 over the Putnam Bridge to the 91 ramps in Weathersfield. If you are traveling into Middletown, both sides of 9 heavy at the Aragoni Bridge. If you're traveling westbound 84 in the Waterbury area, look for delays from exit 27, the 691 interchange up to 25 in Waterbury. 84 eastbound, look out for an accident on or near the Mixmaster. We've got delays back approaching exit 17 on the Middlebury Southbury line behind that. Did you know that Connecticut has regional suicide advisory boards that help to eliminate suicide by focusing on prevention and post-vention response? Learn how you can be part of the solution. Visit amplifyct.org to learn more and amplify our mental health. Traffic and weather together on the 8s, WTIC News Talk 1080.
WTIC weather.
Another chilly night for tonight. Partly to mostly cloudy down to 24. Some of the cold spots could get back into the upper teens. And for tomorrow, any sun giving way to some clouds, a high up to 49. There may be a shower out there as we head into tomorrow night. And then we'll will turn out mostly sunny. On Saturday, the high up to 49. This is meteorologist John Feerick in the WTIC Weather Center.
WTIC is celebrating 100 years on the air and 100 years of serving Connecticut. This is WTIC and WTIC FM HD2 Hartford, an Odyssey station.
5 o'clock, 37 degrees. Good afternoon. I'm John Silva, WTIC 1080 News. Former New Britain Mayor Aaron Stewart is in the race for governor. The Republican holding a campaign kickoff as we speak at the city's baseball stadium. WTIC's Dave Mager is there.
John, this is a long-expected event. Stewart announced in January she was exploring a run, and she's been talked about for a while in Republican circles as a potential candidate for governor. That as a result of her repeated election success in New Britain, a largely Democratic city. Now she tries to extend that success statewide. She's likely to focus on affordability in tonight's speech, and she'll talk about successes as mayor of New Britain. Her Republican opponent, Senator Ryan Fazio, says he's looking forward to a constructive discussion. The Democratic incumbent running for a third term, Ned Lamont, also welcomes her to the race, saying the state has invested a lot of money in New Britain with Stewart in charge. At New Britain Stadium, Dave Mager, WTIC 1080 News.
President Trump's firing back at Democrats who are urging members of the military to disobey illegal orders. Linda Kenyon reports.
The Democrats posted a video saying the Trump administration is pitting uniformed military and intelligence professionals against American citizens. On social media, Trump accused them of, quote, seditious behavior from traitors, lock them up, and punishable by death. Kentucky Republican Senator Rand Paul urged caution.
I don't think it's a good idea to talk about jailing your political opponents or hanging them.
President Trump has ordered the National Guard into U.S. cities and strikes against alleged drug smuggling vessels in international waters. Linda Kenyon, CBS News, the White House.
A bipartisan group gathered in Washington, D.C. today to remember former President Dick Cheney. Correspondent Major Garrett.
Dick Cheney, as a political figure in Washington for decades, did something that people in this town come to admire. Find ways into power, use it to your advantage, remain loyal, and remain steadfast in your set of convictions and beliefs, even if those steadfast convictions and beliefs create tremendous controversy and momentary political downside.
Investigators looking into a phishing attack on students in the New Haven public school system. 10,000 bogus emails were sent out Wednesday seeking banking info. About 1,000 were opened. The concern is if anyone opened any links. This student tells WFSB he's on the lookout for anything that doesn't look right.
Yeah, I'll check for sure. I would think it's a scam. It wouldn't be. I wouldn't believe it. We usually only check it for like school assignments and like if like documents get shared or like important information throughout the school's games being shared.
The school system is advising students to delete any suspicious emails. Governor Lamont has tapped Josh Wojcik to head the State Office of Policy and Management. He will succeed Jeffrey Beckham, who's expected to be nominated to the Superior Court bench. Wojcik says there are a few areas he's already looking at.
We'll be relentlessly outcomes driven. We'll measure progress in hard numbers, looking at how many residents have access to things like affordable health care and affordable housing units. And when we're not seeing progress, right, we'll look for alternatives. As the governor noted, the last decade has been about wrestling our pension debt to the ground. There's more to do on that.
Wojcik will serve on an interim basis once Beckham steps down officially December 5th. His nomination will be forwarded to the General Assembly when it reconvenes in February. A Fairfield University student is under arrest, charged with promoting a fake SantaCon event in town. Under arrest is 19-year-old Emmett Blaney of Massapequa, Long Island. According to police, Blaney was using social media to promote a SantaCon bash at beach addresses unbeknownst to the homeowners. Police say last year's event resulted in safety hazards and quality of life issues. This year's gathering is a private ticketed event. Investigators say Blaney's promotions generated 600,000 views. He's charged with criminal attempt at disorderly conduct and criminal attempt at trespass. Wall Street, the markets finished down again today. The Dow lost 386 points, NASDAQ shed 486, and the S&P was down 103 points. For these stories and more, go to WTIC.com. I'm John Silva, WTIC 1080 News.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Being young with unlimited energy to burn. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think you could beat lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
All guys lose their edge when they turn 40. The body has less testosterone. That's why I take Nugenix Total T.
I've heard about Nugenix. That really works?
Since I started taking Nugenix, I'm lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. I feel more energized at work. It's even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try?
Yep, send a text. It's that easy.
Text EDGE to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. It's the #1 selling testosterone-boosting brand at GNC and Walmart. Do it now and they'll also send you a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, their newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text EDGE to 42424. That's EDGE to 42424. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
The hour that packs a punch. It's Reese on the Radio on WTIC News Talk 1080.
That's right, it's Hollywood News with your correspondent, Reese on the Radio. All the glitz and all the glamour. It's Hollywood News. I missed you on Monday, when we had Justin here. When that part comes up and you're not here, it's just like, it's just like a lot of takes the whole thing away. All right, so I'm going to tell this story. It is Hollywood related, although it happened in New York. And I've only got a minute to tell you. I will tell you the climactic ending afterwards. I've already showed it to Roland. Anyway, it is the premiere of the television show known as Crank Yankers. Do you remember that, Roland?
Yeah. With the Muppets, right?
That's correct.
Yeah.
Crank Yankers was sort of an offshoot of the Jerky Boys, and it were all these crank calls that were done, and they were sort of portrayed by puppets or Muppets for Comedy Central. And Tracy Morgan of Saturday Night Live fame was one of those featured in the program. Well, we met at Caroline's on Broadway. I, of course, was working at Hot 97 in New York. He and I met, and we started hanging out, and we went to a place called Whiskey Saigon. Whatever the case is, we had a rip-roaring time, and I lost track of Tracy. I had his telephone number, but I never really called him because I'm not a fanboy. But I'd known him for a long time, a long, long time. And in other times, we'd pass each other. Hey, man, how you doing? Blah, blah, blah. We kind of remembered each other, and that was it. But we weren't buddies in any way. We just remembered each other in passing. But I had one of the greatest nights ever hanging out with Tracy Morgan at Whiskey Saigon in Midtown Manhattan, just north of Times Square. Well, a couple of years later, I go on an ex-girlfriend's Facebook page. I guess they had friended me or whatever the case was. And I hadn't, talked to her in a long time, but she friended me on Facebook. And I had to stop because I said, there's no way that what I'm seeing is true. When we come back from the BPS Traffic Center with Mark Christopher, I'll tell you exactly what I found as it relates to Tracy Morgan. Mark Christopher, as I said, is in the BPS Traffic Center. It wasn't anything, like sordid. It just, I couldn't believe it. It blew my mind. It just blew my mind. Just crazy. It's just crazy. Wait until I tell you.
It is terrible, though.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right. Reese, thank you very much. Well, if you're heading 91 southbound in Windsor right now, we have a crash southbound 91, and that's between exit 36 and 35A and B. It's blocking the HOV lane there. So right now you're looking at delays back to exit 37, pretty much right down to 32A and B now. In Hartford, delays again, 27 down to 28. You're slowing again, approaching 19 down to 17 in Meriden. If you're traveling westbound 84, delays approaching the Bulkley Bridge out to 45 Flatbush Avenue. 84 eastbound slows 44 Prospect Oakwood into the downtown tunnel. Slowing again out by exit 59 and the 384 interchange. 291 eastbound's tight I-91 over to the Bissell. 2 eastbound's heavy off of I-84 out to exit 3 in East Hartford. 2 westbound slowing at the 84 West merge. Both sides of 9 heavy approaching the Aragoni Bridge in Middletown. If you are traveling 9 southbound, delays from the 72 interchange down to exit 32 in Berlin. And westbound 84, look for delays from the 691 interchange up to 25 in Waterbury. Also look out for an accident 84 eastbound on the Mix Westmaster and Waterbury. Delays back to 16 in Southbury behind that. Traffic and weather together on the 8th WTIC News Talk 1080.
WTIC weather.
We'll have a mostly clear sky for the evening, but more clouds will move in later on tonight. We'll dip back to 23, so a cold night. But then tomorrow it won't be as chilly, mostly cloudy. High during the afternoon, pretty close to 50. It looks like there'll be a lot of clouds out there tomorrow night. Can't rule out a shower, a low 37. And then clouds break for some sunshine on Saturday. It turns into a pretty nice afternoon up to 49, and the dry weather continues on Sunday. Right now it's 38 in Manchester, 36 in Coventry, and it's 39 in Hartford. This is meteorologist John Feerick in the WTIC Weather Center.
It's time to order your Plainville Farms fresh, all-natural turkey from Highland Park Market. These turkeys are humanely raised, vegetarian-fed, and never given any antibiotics or growth hormones. Nobody does Thanksgiving better than family-owned and operated Highland Park Market, Manchester, Glastonbury, Farmington, and at highlandparkmarket.com.
Join us this Sunday for Tumalo Financial, your go-to for retirement planning and taxes. Tune in to the father-son duo from 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. or catch replay from 5 to 6 p.m. Tumalo Financial, retirement planning with integrity on WTIC News Talk 1080.
Fitch High School in Groton has a very proud tradition at the Manchester Road Race. Olympian Johnny Kelly, a longtime teacher and track coach at the school, won the race 6 times during the 1950s and 1960s. Amby Burfoot, Kelly's star pupil at Fitch, was a 9-time Manchester Road Race champion between 1968 and 1977. And Ray Crothers, another Kelly protege and Fitch alumnus, won the race in 1965. Start your own tradition this Thanksgiving. Register now at manchesterroadrace.com. The Manchester Road Race is a great local tradition, and WTIC News Talk 1080 is proud to be a partner. WTIC has been Connecticut's radio station for 100 years, with local talk shows talking about the things affecting our state and nation. Mornings with Brian and Company, 5:30 till 9, and Reese on the Radio, 2 till 6. Plus local news, weather, traffic, and sports, all on WTIC News Talk 1080, because local radio is just better.
Are you tired of online threats? Then get an antivirus. It's the only online protection you will ever need.
Disclaimer, an antivirus is just half protection online. It will not protect you from snoopers or encrypt your online traffic. So this Black Friday, get better online protection with NordVPN. NordVPN will encrypt your traffic, protect you from malware and phishing, and stop annoying ads. Get the NordVPN Black Friday deal with 73% off and enjoy 3 extra months.
Hey, I'm Mike Slater. My dad passed away at the age of 63. It's out of nowhere. Had a stroke. Super hard, obviously, for the whole family, but my dad had life insurance. This is why I have life insurance for my family, for my wife and 4 kids. And the best place to get life insurance is ethos.com, because you can do it in 10 minutes. And there's no medical exam and no blood test, just a few health questions. Get life insurance in 10 minutes so your family is protected. Ethos, E-T-H-O-S, ethos.com/life.
It's Reese on the Radio on News Talk 1080 WTIC.
You know, somebody sent me why does that sound so bad? That was weird. All right, sound like I'm a little muffled. Anyway, someone sent me a text message, an instant message, about a pizzeria in Manchester that I think I'm going to go check out tonight. If you are listening to the program and you are the gentleman who is the owner of that place, will you please send it to me again? I'm trying to find out where you are. I'm hoping that I find it in a minute, because I'm going to be spending a lot of time this weekend in Manchester. And it's been a while since I've been there. I really did like living there. It was interesting, to say the least. I thought it was really, really cool. Anyway, okay. So back to my Hollywood story. So, again, Tracy Morgan, Saturday Night Live, premiered. It's the premiere night of Crank Yankers at Caroline's on Broadway. We decided we're going to go out. We find a place called Whiskey Saigon. We get there. We're having a blast. Brand new place. I don't even think it's open anymore. We get there. We have a blast. It is one of the best nights of my life because a whole bunch of people there, comedians that I like, are there going in and out. And Tracy Morgan was kind of at one of his wild places then. In fact, when I woke up the next morning, Roland, there was a big Page 6 article about Tracy Morgan, let's just say having fun at Whiskey Saigon. Which, again, I laughed about because I was like, oh, really? Because there were some details that I had missed in that particular night. One of which, apparently Tracy Morgan was very well known. As those of you who do know him, some of his antics back in the days, he was well known for taking off his shirts in public events. Like, he'd be at the club, be at the bar, and the shirt would come off. And that was just his style when he was going through his wild phase. Very John Belushi of Tracy Morgan. Anyway, whatever. I don't see Tracy for a long time, and it's like maybe a year later. I haven't really heard anything about him, and I get a friendship request from an ex-girlfriend who I hadn't dated since 1998. Remind you, this is 2002, maybe 2003 at this time. And as I get the friend request, all I see is my ex-girlfriend's face with some guy in the picture. I don't really pay any mind to it. I really don't. This is, in fact, it had to be about 2004. When does Facebook come out? Had to be years after. Do you remember what year Facebook comes out? Is it 2004? Maybe 2005? Couldn't have been that long. I want to say it was okay, so it is 2004. So it was years later. Anyway, I got this friend request from the ex-girlfriend. Brittany's her name. And I'm like, oh, that's weird. We haven't seen each other since 1998. And I'm like, okay, fine, I'm not paying any mind. But I see this picture of her, and the profile is her with this guy leaning up and giving her a kiss on the cheek. I'm saying to myself, there's no way. Brittany has a boyfriend? Why would she be friending me if she's got a boyfriend? Brittany and I were off and on a lot. Anyway, I just pressed, accept the friend request, and I pop open a picture. Well, who do I see kissing my ex-girlfriend on the cheek? It's none other than Tracy Morgan. Now, you'll be able to see it there on my phone, but that's Tracy Morgan kissing my ex-girlfriend, leaning in for a warm embrace. I didn't even know how to act. I kind of felt like I don't even know how I felt. How are you supposed to feel if a celebrity is dating your ex? Are you supposed to feel like, Roland, if you found out that a celebrity that you had hung out with a year before was dating your ex, would you feel a certain way?
No.
You really wouldn't?
Why would I care about that? It's my ex. I moved on.
Yeah, I did move on, but it still felt kind of like she was bragging in a sense, like, hey, I'm dating Tracy Morgan.
Well, that's only you let her go, so she went away and lived her life. I don't care. I congratulate them and say I appreciate our time together.
I felt like she was being a little showboaty. You know what I mean? Like she was.
Why wouldn't she? She's dating Tracy Morgan.
That's not something you show. He was married at the time. Why would you showboat that? I don't get it. I don't think I was so ticked off. I don't even know. And it's funny because at the time I was with someone else, right? I was in a relationship.
So you mad about another relationship while you're currently in a relationship?
I'll admit it wasn't. Listen, it wasn't my best. Okay, I wasn't behaving rational. I'm just saying that you don't. Everyone has got. If you had found out that somebody was dating, that famous was dating your ex,
I'll try to get some perks. Say, hey, remember me?
Yeah, hey, let's see if we go to a comedy show together.
Yeah, hook me up with some tickets.
Yeah, I don't know. It's for me. I just thought that was just weird to profile, and it just like ignore me. Don't even friend request. And for me, I took it some kind of way. I still don't know why.
You're crazy.
I don't know what. To be honest with you, I just looked at the picture again.
If anything, you should be happy.
What's that?
You dated her, and then a celebrity chose that person to date too. It's like that's much better than you. So You should feel honored.
So you're saying that Tracy Morgan saw quality in my dating habits.
There you go.
Oh, okay. I hadn't thought of it that way. I did not. I really didn't. It was not.
Somebody asked this guy on the street.
Yeah.
If LeBron James walked up to your wife and said, "Hey," and looked at you and said, "Hey, I would like to take your wife tonight for $100,000."
Like an indecent proposal.
Yeah, and they asked him what would he say. He said, "Hell yeah, it's LeBron James."
Are you kidding me?
That's what he said.
That is insanity.
That's how this the new generation. That's how they think.
In my head, I'll put it. Ugh.
They was like, "Are you sure?" He's like, "It's LeBron James."
Yeah, but see that. How is the girl going to? I don't know. I'm baffled by anybody who would do that, because again, like I told you, I know she's my ex. I don't have any. Maybe I did. Maybe that's what it was.
He was hurt. He was still hurt.
I felt
he was in another relationship, still hurt from your last
If
one.
she was in a regular relationship with a regular dude, if she was in a relationship with a schmo, I wouldn't have cared. It was Tracy Morgan, and I had hung out with him 2 years ago, right? So it's like, I know the guy.
Yeah, but that's not your friend. You just hung out with him.
Yes, I understand that, but I knew him. So it's like, something about that is grating at me. I don't even understand why it's still bothering me.
I don't either. He like 4 marriages later.
Oh, thanks, man.
He should be over it by now, man. Jeez, I got to help you out.
Yeah, of course you have now. But look, I'm human. I am not suggesting that I am perfect. I'm saying right now that I don't even know how I feel. I just know that what I feel isn't good. That's all it is. I don't even know what it is. I couldn't tell you what it is. But there is something about the fact that he was a celebrity and she was dating him that made me feel like she had done, you know what? She had done better than me. That's what it was.
Bingo.
That's it. It had to have been.
She had upgraded.
She upgraded. Because how do you not? Like, how do you, like your friends, if they know about it, like I was worried about if my friends saw that picture and they were like, hey, man, here your girl left you for Tracy Morgan.
That's a compliment.
Is it, though?
Well, money-wise it is and status-wise, but Tracy Morgan is an ugly man.
Yeah, he's not attractive dude. But I'm just saying, like, listen, of course everybody is going to go for an upgrade. I get it. Yeah. But do you want to be the status of which she upgraded? No, because you're always going to be the low bar.
I mean,
you're going to be the bar that she leapt.
That happened to me and with my college sweetheart. I was with her for sophomore, junior, and senior year.
Yeah. And
thought we were going to get married. Told her parents I was going to marry her and all that. And then I moved back up north. Mm-hmm. And the long distance thing didn't work out, and she ended up marrying a record producer.
Ooh.
And now she's living a dream. So
was it a record producer you had worked with before?
No. I never worked with him.
Would that have burned you if it was somebody you had worked with?
I don't. I told her. I still talk to her to this day.
Really?
Yeah. Told her congratulations.
Well, time heals all wounds.
Yeah.
I don't think, like I said,
she made this good rice fiesta. She called it a rice fiesta recipe. So, like, maybe like 2 years ago, I remember that she made that, and I gave her a text and said, hey, you happen to have that recipe?
You're so horrible. The only connection you made with the woman was cooking. Jeez, man.
Yeah.
Come on.
She was a great cook. She was a great cook. Good Southern
it's like,
cook.
It is not your warm embrace that I miss most. It is your rice. What was it called?
Fiesta rice.
Your fiesta rice. That's just awful. Of course it would be food. I'm just crazy.
What are you going to do?
I don't know. But I look at the picture. It's funny because she rarely posts on Facebook. She's still friends with me. And so she'll pop up now and again with a new picture of her traveling across the globe. When we were together, one of the biggest problems she had is that she wanted to travel everywhere.
And why didn't you?
I'm a curmudgeon. I'm not going anywhere.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm a stay at home. I was just having this argument with Roseanne. I was like, I go nowhere. I want to set roots and I don't want to move.
You got to travel and experience.
Not interested. I can look at it on television or no, I'm not interested. And no, because that's my whole life. I've moved around so much. I've been poor so much. I've been evicted from so many places. I have never been able to sit still in one place, and that's what I want. Now, Brittany, on the other, that's her name, by the way. Brittany, on the other hand, when we got together back in we lived together in 1998.
Bro.
Yeah.
You do realize you're talking about something over a quarter of a century ago?
It
still stings?
A little bit.
Oh, my goodness.
Nonetheless, that was the thing that we used to always talk about. We would not argue about, but we would debate about, because she wanted to go everywhere. She wanted to live in Hawaii. That was her big dream. She wanted to go everywhere.
Yeah,
and now I see these pictures.
bad.
She is everywhere. It doesn't matter. She goes to Alaska. She actually tried this on for size. She wanted to travel so bad, she took a job on a cruise ship.
Wow.
That's how much she wanted to travel.
Actually,
and she did
that's
that
a good
forever.
way to get, what do you call it, broken in.
Yeah.
Broken in and traveling.
Yeah, that was her thing. She traveled on a cruise ship, and it would go everywhere. And her main route was across the West Coast, and it would go all the way up to Alaska and come all the way down to like Puerto Vallarta. And that was her gig. And that was, her way to get to travel and make money.
Yep.
And now I see her all over the place posting photos. So just recently, she posted a picture of some place she had gone to. I looked at her, and obviously she's a lot older. She's, she's put on a few pounds, but I can still see 1990.
Can you?
Yeah, I can still see it in there. We were together when I was 20. She was 20. I was in my mid-20s. She was like just turned 20. And we dated off and on for about 7 years. So we were really, really involved. And so when she posted that picture, the first thing I thought about was, remember that picture about Tracy Morgan? So I went through her photos to see if it was still there.
What in
and sure
the
enough,
world?
Just because I just...
What are you doing, psycho?
I'm in a very vulnerable place right now, okay? Very vulnerable place.
What is going on?
Yeah. Wear it as a badge of honor, Craig says.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly. Craig knows.
I don't know what I'm wearing as a badge of honor. That she leveled up.
She upgraded to a celebrity star.
Like, was it me, Tracy Morgan?
Yeah. That means you right up under. That means you.
Right.
Your status-wise, you right up under Tracy Morgan. That's not bad, man. Congratulations.
That's a nice attempt at making me feel better. It's failing miserably because my ego is just it's I don't even know. Like I said, I have no idea why this is still bugging me. I have no idea. Since it just came up, I saw her as soon as the picture posted up, and I went, "Why is this bugging me now?" It's like it popped up, and I was like, "Remember that time when you?"
This is not Michael Jackson. We don't need to remember the times. Come on, man.
I'm gonna figure it out one day. Let's get some check of weather and traffic with Mark Christopher to be
eastbound.
No, he's not there yet. He's coming in a second. Mark Christopher is coming. He's in the BPS Traffic Center. Oh, is he? All right. Well, I will figure out what's going on in this brain. I thought you would be able to at least understand this, Roland. You just don't. Mark Christopher, he's in the BPS Traffic Center. Hey, Mark.
Reese, thank you very much. Well, if you're heading 91 southbound now into Windsor, look out for a crash between exit 36 and 35A and B. It's blocking the HOV lane. So right now, look for delays as you move down from exit 37 down to 32A and B. Then again, a little tight, 27 to 28. More delays, 23 down to 22 in the Route 9 interchange. Slowing again, 21 in Cromwell down to 19 in Meriden. Westbound 84, you've got an accident in East Hartford between 58 and 57. That blocks the HOV lane. Again, delays 56 Governor Street out to 44 Prospect Oakwood, 84 eastbound, tied up 44 down to the Bulkley, and slowing again out by the 384 interchange. 291 eastbound slows I-91 over to the Bissell. 9 southbound tight Cromwell Middletown line to the Aragoni Bridge. 9 south also slowing from the 72 interchange in New Britain down to 32 in Berlin. 84 westbound in Farmington delays 37 Finneman Road out to exit 33 in the 72 interchange. Westbound 84 in Cheshire tight 691 interchange up to 25. 84 eastbound, you're locked up from just after 16 in Southbury down to the Mixmaster in Waterbury. Southbound Parkway delays from 52 in Hamden into the West Rock Tunnel. Traffic and weather together on the 8th. WTIC News Talk 1080.
Sponsored by Duke's Mayonnaise.
This is the Duke's Country Song. It's a song about Duke's Mayo. It says here it's got twang. That sounds good. Get Duke's Mayo at Hannaford. It's got twang.
WTIC weather.
Another chilly night for tonight. Partly to mostly cloudy down to 24. Some of the cold spots could get back into the upper teens. And for tomorrow, any sun giving way to some clouds. A high up to 49. There may be a shower out there as we head into tomorrow night. And then we'll turn out mostly sunny on Saturday, the high up to 49. This is meteorologist John Feerick in the WTIC Weather Center.
And now, a WTIC news update.
5:30, good afternoon. I'm John Silva, WTIC 1080 News. Police in Norwalk now know who the person is that was struck by a vehicle this week. They posted a picture of the victim in his hospital bed in that Tuesday crash on Connecticut Avenue. That's because he had no ID on him at the time. Someone recognized the person from that photo and then contacted police. They haven't released the man's name publicly yet. The driver did stop, and the investigation's ongoing. President Trump accused a half-dozen Democratic lawmakers of sedition punishable by death after the lawmakers, all veterans of the armed services and intelligence community, called on the U.S. military members to uphold the Constitution and defy illegal orders. 90-second video first appeared on the X account of Senator Elisa Slotkin. Federal investigators have released photos of an engine flying off a doomed UPS cargo plane that crashed after an engine flew off, killing 14 in Kentucky 2 weeks ago. And they say there was evidence of cracks in the left wing's engine mount. The NTSB says the plane only got 30 feet off the ground before it crashed. Word's going out to New Haven public school students after 10,000 bogus emails went out to students on Wednesday. Officials say it was a scam to try and get banking info. They advise students to delete suspicious emails. Those who did fill out fake forms were advised to report it to the IT department. Expect plenty of company on the roads and in the air during the Thanksgiving travel period. AAA says 864,000 from Connecticut are expected to be among the 82 million that will travel 50 miles or more. At Bradley Airport, officials say they are expecting about 90,000 to pass through, and they're advising travelers to expect crowds and get to the airport early. Checking Wall Street this afternoon, the Dow finished down 386 points. The NASDAQ lost 486, and the S&P was down 103. I'm John Silva, WTIC 1080 News.
Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at EnduranceWarranty.com. Auto repair bills are through the roof. $3,000 to replace the transmission. $4,000 for a blown engine. And if your manufacturer's warranty is expired, you'll have to cover it all out of pocket. You need an Endurance Auto Protection Plan. No matter what the mileage, if your car is under 20 years old, Endurance can get you covered on the engine, electrical system, transmission, AC, drivetrain, and more. Endurance has plans for any budget. Repairs can be done at the certified mechanic of your choice, and they're paid directly with no middleman. Plans cover 24/7 roadside assistance, towing, battery jumps, fuel deliveries, tire changes, lockout services, and a 30-day money-back guarantee. Act now and get our elite benefits, including complete tire care and key fob replacement. A $2,000 value at no extra cost. With Endurance, you could never pay for covered auto repairs again, so call now for your free quote. Call 800-253-6203. 800-253-6203. 800-253-6203.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Cunahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions and bring you a special Black Friday offer.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/deal. And now, as a special Black Friday offer, you can get a free gutter inspection, plus up to 35% off. This is our best offer of the season. Unlock it now at leaffilter.com/deal. See representative for warranty details.
The Odyssey app lets you jump back to the moments you missed from WTIC News Talk 1080. Download the free Odyssey app, search WTIC News Talk 1080, and tap earlier today to get started.
All right, what had happened was... What had happened was today we spoke to Jason Jakubowski. He is the president and CEO of Connecticut Food Share. We talked to him about how you can participate if you wish to volunteer or if you wish to donate. He talked about that. Make sure you download the Odyssey app to find out more and listen to the program. Also, in the opening monologue, we talked about my interview with Gina Laurie and the stuff that she's going through. In fact, I think that she was just on Connecticut, NBC Connecticut, earlier today. I know there was another report. Ken was also, Swordlick was also featured on that, who I was texting this morning. I'm trying to get so many details about this thing before it goes to trial. The fact that there are going to be TV cameras inside the trial, I got to tell you, just hear me out. And think about this, folks, if you're listening. You've watched me here now. Have I been here a month yet, Roland? Maybe a month? Yeah, about a month, right? You know that I am anywhere and everywhere. Every week, there is something new that I'm posting online about someplace I'm going and someone I'm confronting. You know it. And the thing that I can't seem to understand is that none of these folks, none of them, are bringing reporters down to cover anything. Yet they're covering this. They're covering this. And again, I'm still trying to figure out, outside of Ken Swordlick, whom she did not pay, and whomever, the banks or the realtors or the landlords, outside of that, everybody is throwing a camera up on every one of those folks. John Larson announces that he is going to run for re-election and got the endorsement of Chris Murphy and Dick Blumenthal, and they sent cameramen, no reporters, to even talk to them or ask them questions in the middle of a government shutdown. Not one reporter showed up. You have a congressman and you have a senator, nationally known, I might add. No reporters at all. Same thing, John Larson, Rosa DeLauro, Matt Lesser show up at Hands on Hartford. No reporters, just cameras. Place to be, gets evicted. Get that intrepid reporter down to it's embarrassing. It's just embarrassing. So they're going to put cameras in there? Fine. As the Joker said, wait till they get a load of me. Let's get another check of traffic and weather. Mark Christopher's in the BPS Traffic Center.
I think Larson should dye his hair purple like DeLauro. What do you think? Because he's got a great head of hair.
He does. And I'm not going to lie.
That would look great, the purple.
Every time I walk up to him, I'm telling you, John Larson looks like he's getting younger. I know people say he had that little episode.
He looked like Kennedy when he was younger. That's what I thought. He had that Kennedy-like hair.
But you know what? I'm not going to lie, man. Politics, that guy sucks. But as a human being, and I met him, every time I talk to him, he is so much fun to be around.
He's a totally likable guy. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I like the guy. It's kind of scary that I like him so much.
You know, same story with John Rowland. John Rowland used to host this show.
Yeah.
Just the night you met John Rowland, even if you didn't agree with him with his politics, you'd fall in love with him. He's just like such a likable guy. No question about it.
It's amazing, that guy, how likable he is. It's weird.
Reese, re-elect me and I will save Social Security.
That's the way he talks.
I will save Social Security. I will save Social Security. I love when he starts pounding the podium and shakes the whole room. It's great. Hey, but what do you think? Purple hair? Him and DeLauro would match.
You know
It
what?
would
It
look
would
great.
be perfect because his hair is so white. It's so white.
We could get Blumenthal to eat a cheeseburger, man. Put a
That
little
would
weight
be
on.
helpful. That would be helpful.
I don't know what we can do with Chris Murphy. I haven't figured that one out
Nope.
yet. If you're heading into Hartford right now, westbound 84, between exit 58 and 57, we have a crash. Left lane and the HOV lane blocked there. Delays are back to the 384 on-ramp. Again, slowing, approaching the Bulkley Bridge out to 45 Flatbush Avenue. 84 eastbound, slowing 44 Prospect Oakwood into the tunnel. 91 southbound, we've got an accident in the HOV lane, southbound between exit 36 and 35 A and B. So that's blocked. Looks for delays back to exit 37. Behind that, and again, you'll slow again 33 down to 32A and B in Hartford. On the southbound side of 91 in Meriden, slowing 19 for the Preston Avenue exit. If you are traveling westbound 84 in Farmington, delays 37 out to 33 into 72 interchange. Westbound 84 in Cheshire tied up from the 691 interchange up to 25. And 84 eastbound in Middlebury, got delays approaching 17 up to the Mixmaster in Waterbury. Southbound Parkway delays from exit 52 in Hamden into the West Rock Tunnel. Traffic and weather together on the 8's WTIC News Talk 1080.
WTIC weather.
Mostly clear out there this evening. More clouds will move in later on tonight. We're down to 23, so cold night. And then tomorrow, mostly cloudy. Not quite as chilly in the afternoon. We're up close to 50. There'll be a lot of clouds for tomorrow night, and can't even rule out a quick shower, the low 37. But then we'll turn out mostly sunny on Saturday, up to 49, and it'll be dry with some sunshine on Sunday. Right now, it's 40 degrees in Newington, 39 in Plainville, and it's 37 in Hartford. This is meteorologist John Feerick in the WTIC Weather Center.
Paul Anka, a man and his music. Friday, April 17th at Mohegan Sun Arena. Get tickets Friday, 10 a.m. at Ticketmaster.com. Don't miss Paul Anka.
Swapping out your tires? There's nothing like it. With eBay, you find the feel you're looking for, from smooth highway rides to grip for rough terrain. Get all the tires you need at the prices you'll love. eBay. Things people love.
For quality vinyl siding, the Peter L. Brown Company is your best choice. Let us show you the difference a beautifully installed Peter L. Brown vinyl siding job can make. Please visit peterlbrown.com for roofing, siding, windows, and doors.
Hey y'all, it's the Rocket Roger Clemens here. Spent a lot of time pitching heat. Years later, the pain in my joints remind me of those days, but I'm not looking to sit still, and I definitely am not interested in going under the knife. That's why I chose QC Kinetics.
Not just for elite retired athletes. QC Kinetics gives everyday folks joint pain relief using regenerative treatments that work with your body to help repair joint damage.
No surgery, no long recovery, whether it's your knees, hips, shoulders, or back. My friends at QC Kinetics will help you get moving again so you can get back to doing the things you love.
QC Kinetics medical professionals will look at your x-rays or MRI to determine if you're a good candidate.
I trusted QC Kinetics to help me feel like myself again, and I'm proud to recommend them to you.
Call QC Kinetics today and schedule your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 860-440-PAIN. That's 860-440-PAIN. 860-440-PAIN.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Cunahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions and bring you a special Black Friday offer.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/deal. And now, as a special Black Friday offer, you can get a free gutter inspection, plus up to 35% off. This is our best offer of the season. Unlock it now at leaffilter.com/deal. See representative for warranty details.
What's up, everybody? You know who it is.
You know who it is. You know who it is.
It's Reese on the Radio. Frederick Douglass of the 21st century.
It's WTIC News Talk 1080.
All right, I figured out the place in Manchester. Somebody was asking me whether or not it was CJ's. It's not. It's Mulberry Street. And, of course, appropriate because if you've ever been to Little Italy, you know that one of the streets in Little Italy is Mulberry Street. So, I'm going to find out whether or not that's on purpose or whether or not it was just ironic in the case. Anyway, tomorrow, Alex Taubes, the attorney who is doing that case with LaShonda and also the case with J. Allen Jones, will be here in the studio tomorrow. We'll talk about William Tong and that crazy case, or both of those crazy cases, where he's offering LaShonda just $25,000, although she was sexually assaulted inside the correctional facility that got 2 corrections officers convicted. He is saying that, or of course his office is saying, that she in some way contributed to her own sexual assault. We'll talk to Alex Taubes about that on the program. He'll be in the studio and so much more. Saturday, as I said, I'll be at the mini road race in Manchester at Manchester High, right? Is it Manchester High School? It's got to be high school. Yes, Manchester High School. Cafeteria is where it's going to be on Middle Turnpike. I'll be there tomorrow. I'm actually going to, like I said, I'm going to Manchester tonight to go hang out there for a little bit, to go get some pizza, maybe something else. Who knows? With that. So, yeah. Let's pretty much wrap up the show. Let's get to some phones. Tom is in Thomaston. Hello, sir.
Hey, hello. Hey, before I make my comment on those senators that had that video on breaking laws in the military.
Yeah.
Have you noticed that you mentioned Larson? Have you noticed that he's now wearing a collared shirt
with a quarter zip?
With another, no, he does 2 collared shirts.
Really?
With the quarter zip. Yes. I've seen it like 4 or 5 times. Remember the day he made that ranting video about
Newington? About Newington?
Oh yeah, or was it when he said he was going to run for re-election again?
Oh, no. That wasn't Newington. That was before then. You're right. I didn't see that video.
Yeah, but next time you watch him, look close. He's got like 2 shirts on, then his quarter zip.
That doesn't make any sense to have on 2 button-up shirts. I wore those when I was homeless, and I would wear 2 shirts if I was homeless and cold. Do you think he's anemic or something?
Maybe he's trying to start a new hip sensation. He's going out. He's swearing, and he's a young dude now.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna lie. Listen, you got it. If you have not that, I'm not encouraging people to do it, because I don't know. Well, he's kind of relatable in that sense. But I'm telling you, I've been up close on the guy. I can't believe how close I get to him, because when he sees me. Now he's seen me twice. The second time he saw me, as soon as he got a bead on me, he looked at me, he walked over, he rushed over to me to say, "Hey, how you doing?" Like, I couldn't believe it. I was like, does John Larson know who I am? He did. He was like, "How you doing, man? Hey, I saw you last week." I'm like, yeah. How are you? He was so excited to see me. I'm looking at him. I'm like, dude, you look great. He does. It's weird. He's in his 70s. He looks fantastic.
He's got better hair than I do.
That's for certain. Without a doubt. What'd you really want to call about?
I call him BS on that video. Saying, "Oh, you have to disobey."
Oh, yeah, disobey an illegal order.
Yeah, anyone in the military knows you're not supposed to obey illegal orders.
Right.
There's what's it called? I forget how many. That's one of the general orders.
Right.
Is not, like if your commander says, "Go in that room and shoot those women and kids."
Yeah.
That's an illegal order.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to do it.
Yeah,
So
even your usual, deductive reasoning would go, I don't think that's illegal to do.
Yeah. So I'm calling BS.
It was a stunt. Of course it was a stunt. This is the thing, weirdly enough, and this is crazy. See, Donald Trump being the commander-in-chief, he is going to probably comment on anything that he sees that's gaining some ground. So he will throw attention towards that and then make that the story of the day, and then all of us will end up debating it. The part about Chris Murphy is that Chris Murphy then has to say something like equally, if not far worse, so that he can get attention for it, and it falls flat. That's where the part that I don't understand.
I'll have to check. I haven't been watching anything.
Oh, you didn't hear what he said? Stand by. No. Listen.
Actually in the VA all day.
No. Stand by. This is exactly what he said. This is how crazy it is. This is him responding to the video you're talking about.
The President of the United States just called for Democratic members of Congress to be executed. This is not normal. We cannot allow this to feel normal. This, as far as I know, has never happened before in the history of the country. Every Democratic member of the Senate and the House, their life is in jeopardy.
Yeah, I mean, but that's not even the worst part. He went further. Like, again, what he already said was ridiculous, but then he finds himself going deeper down a darker well. And this is why I said he's unhinged. Wait until you hear what he says next.
Right now, especially those that were specifically targeted by this social media post. Democratic senators and House members who were simply saying that no member of the military should act illegally or in violation of the Constitution. The President of the United States just called for members of Congress to be executed. If you are a person of influence in this country, maybe it's time to pick a fucking side.
That's where he's going.
Yeah, well, he's got to, he's got to use the F-bomb to show he's a tough guy too,
The beard is not enough, Thomas. That's the problem. The beard is just not pulling it off.
It doesn't work.
Thank you, buddy. I appreciate you. Stevie V, what's up, man?
I'm going to tell Chris Murphy's mother what he said.
Let him wash his mouth out with soap.
Yeah. Hey, John Larson, I think if you took Tip O'Neill and Jay Leno and they had a child, you would probably have John Larson.
That, my friend, was an applause line because you were 100% right. Tip O'Neill and Jay Leno. Absolutely accurate.
I got two more things really quick. We were talking about live radio before.
Yeah.
But, live TV. You're familiar with Sid Caesar, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, so he's doing this thing. He's in a palace. He has sandals on. He steps on a lit cigarette at a stagehand and left on the floor. He burns himself.
Ooh.
He starts hopping around and says, if I told you once, I told you 1,000 times. No smoking in the palace. Live TV, you gotta give him credit for that. But
that's a ridiculous thing. Go ahead. What was the other thing?
Okay. Well, with this woman that has the restaurant and getting all that media attention, I think she's going to end up pretty well. She may, lose a lawsuit or whatever, but I think she's doing this on purpose. But one thing I want to mention about restaurant owners and actors, I don't know what she does with her money. This has nothing to do with her particularly. But you'll see that a lot of actors and people I've known in the restaurant have a tendency of liking to gamble. If you think about both those careers, those are very high-risk type gambles to begin with. So I think it's kind of like their nature, So that's just this is all. I have no idea what she does.
I don't think I'll tell you this one. What's the most important thing that she can actually rest on with this deal? And this is going to sound mean to the Connecticut news media. The truth is that the Hartford Courant and the local news media around here have virtually no one watching them. And the people who do not patronize her locations anyway. So she may be concerned about the fact that there's, we live in an internet world, but they're not paying attention. They love her restaurants. By the way, I wanted to clear something up. This is this is crazy. People are talking about the West Hartford location that had cockroaches in it, right? You notice the part that I didn't understand? Okay, because I'm saying to myself, okay, so the West Hartford location had cockroaches in there. There was a cockroach infestation. And I'm going, okay, it's like, yeah, what about that location in West Hartford where all the cockroaches? And I'm going, Gina doesn't own the building. You think that she walked in one day and let a bunch of rampant cockroaches into her place? Like, that's a building thing. She's renting the building, which, again, I looked into. Do you know the cockroaches did not start at her location? They started at the restaurant behind her. You'll never guess which restaurant was behind her.
I have no idea.
Think big name named after a dessert.
Oh, cheesecake?
Yes, it was.
Factory?
Cheesecake
Wow.
Factory had the infestation because they shared the building on the back end. That's where it started.
When they spray, they go someplace
They were
else.
at both locations shut down. The only person they covered in the press was the place to be. And I looked it up. Sure enough, the infestation was at the Cheesecake Factory. They got no press.
I'm going to just point this out. If Chris Murphy and a lot of people knew what happened in restaurants, they would never go eat out again.
My friend, is 100% true. Thank you, man.
Thank you, sir.
You got it. Stevie V, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, but the cockroaches are down. I'm not repeating that. By the way, on our conversation about, Tracy Morgan and my ex-girlfriend, Craig says, if my ex-girlfriend was Jennifer Aniston and she dumped me, I would get it tattooed on my forehead. I mean, I'm not saying it. I'm not the person who was dating the celebrity here. I didn't get dumped for a celebrity. I'm just saying that it's a sordid tale. I don't want to get into it. I'm already upset again. I had moved on. I think I brought it up to upset me. I hope my wife's not listening. Because she will definitely get on my case. Anyway, it's time for me to get up out of here. Again, tomorrow, Alex Taubes, attorney, civil rights attorney, will be on the program to talk about those two cases against William Tong. I heard William Tong was bragging about some lawsuit that, of course, is meaningless to the state of Connecticut. Again, what else is new? We'll talk about that one. Yeah, that's about it. And, if you want to find the Gina Laurie conversation, you got to go to X or you got to go to my Facebook page to check out yesterday's show. It's right there. You can listen to it in its entirety. It's roughly about an hour and a half to 2 hours, and you can listen to it there. You can actually see her on there. Somebody, my ex-wife, third ex-wife, said that she saw the picture rolling, and she said, I thought that was a wax model of Kim Kardashian. That's what Mary... Yeah, that's what I said. I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, you didn't think that was a real person I said to her? She was like, nope. Well, whatever. There you go. Time for me to get up out of here. As I always say, radio is free, so we thank you for paying attention. Remember to keep JC in your hearts and in your mind. Sean Patrick, we love you and we miss you. Remember that panic is not planning, so plan your work and work your plan. Me, I'm Reese on the Radio. You have a good night, pleasant tomorrow. We'll see you back here at 2 p.m. Please make sure you show up on time because class, whatever, you know what I'm saying. Mark Christopher, he's getting you home. He's in the BPS Traffic Center. Good night, sir.
You're going to Manchester?
I'm gonna go to Manchester to Mulberry Street.
Yep, I was just gonna recommend that to you.
Yeah,
downtown Manchester, great pizza over there. If that's what you're getting.
Yeah, absolutely.
All
That's
right,
what we're gonna
good.
go
You're
check
on
out.
the right track. You're on the right track. Good job.
Thank you, sir.
Either that, or I know you've been to Shady Glen, right? Because you used to live in.
Yeah.
Have you been to Shady Glen?
I haven't been to Shady Glen yet. If I have, it was 20 years ago, and if they were around 20 years ago.
Oh, you got to get one of their cheeseburgers.
Okay, then I'm going to be
But
there.
you know what? You're on the right track. Mulberry Street is fantastic pizza. Good choice. Good
All right,
job.
Good. Thank you,
Enjoy
sir.
it.
Good
Have a
night.
great night. If you're heading into Hartford right now, southbound 91, look for some slow traffic as you move from exit 36 down to 35, again 33 down to 32 A and B. Northbound side of 91, we have an accident. Right shoulder between exit 30